about to worst others.
Yeah, ready when you are, yeah.
Yeah, water. No, Psalms 83. Psalms 96 or something.
No. I've got Isaiah 29, but I don't know.
Ready?
Yeah.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bar Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bar Hashem, Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, and blessings unto the Akim, sincere Akim, running forward into the earth, man, the hopeful elect. Time of judgment, man. You know, even over here in London, you're getting brisky type of weather, autumn season and all that, the fall as they call it.
Yeah.
But over there in Babylon the Great, man, the eyes of the Lord are upon the simple kingdom, man. America's getting done out, man. All these different weathers and, you know, plagues and pestilences. Lord's about to tear America apart, man. You got Americans still acting proud, like to say America's the Holy Land or something, like, you know, because America's big and proud, as it tells you in Daniel, that they'll be more stout than their fellows. But America's about to be destroyed, man. It's on its way out. That hurricane, those 2 hurricanes in 2 weeks, Hurricane Helene, already flooded certain North Carolina and all that. People are still under like 10-foot tall spouts of water. You got alligators in people's back gardens and shit. Brothers did videos. Man's waking up in the morning seeing an alligator in his front lawn, trying to climb the fence, man. People are getting chopped up out there from them deep waters, man, and muddy waters in North Carolina. And then just the other day, you had Hurricane Milton, man. Milton's tearing up different coasts. Those winds, them strong ass winds, tearing people's houses to bits. And that's all the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Even if Esau's using his heart machines and his DWs, direct energy weapons, all at the end of the day, Amos 3 and 6, if someone wants to get that, it's all the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because why? This place is destined for destruction, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah, the 29th chapter, verse 16. 6. This is, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Jehovah of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, and with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
Yeah. All those different types of weather, the devastations are all orchestrated by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Why? Because everything's at his disposal. He created the weather. The Lord can use anything at his disposal to bring judgment, man. Look what the Lord did to the first death. The Lord used the purest element ever created, water, to destroy the whole earth, man. Save 8 people. So the Lord can use any element he wants, or any creator. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 39:28. Someone wants to get that. You have to get all them scriptures out, man. Because this is the time of the judgment of the Lord. So the Lord has everything at his disposal, man. So those idiots, those Edomites over there, those proud devils. I was watching a couple of videos, and a lot of them are just crying, you know. They can't believe that the wind has destroyed their houses. A lot of their rooftops have been kicked 50 foot down the road, all stubble and rubble everywhere. And it's just pure destruction, man. You know? And as I said, even if Esau is using his technology to cause that devastation, ultimately it's the judgment of the Lord, man. Why? Because the Lord said it's going to be, those are punishments, scourges sent forth as for amendment, man. Someone can get that precept. Go ahead.
I can't. So I got other precept that you call for in
Psalms
the book of
83
Psalms
and
83.
you can read from 13
Yeah.
or 12, one of them.
Go on. This is the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, and I'll start from I'll start from verse 13. Oh, my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind.
So the Lord said to make them as the wheel, as the stubble before the wind. Read the 12th verse. And this is why it's happening. This is why this judgment is coming upon the wicked, especially the Edomites, these proud devils. Go ahead.
Verse 12, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in our possession.
Exactly. Why is this judgment coming upon the heathen? Because they stole the Lord's people, man. You got a bunch of heathens in the Lord's holy land right now, a bunch of gutter rats causing nothing but mayhem and destruction in the Lord's holy land, man. That land's supposed to be a land of peace. You know, the land flowing of milk and honey. Ain't no milk and honey flowing in that land right now. Nothing but rubble and stubble, man. All the shellings and all them airstrikes that are going off in the Middle East, man. Nothing but hell's going on over there, man. You know, the spirit of Satan is all over there, but the spirit of death is definitely over there in the shores of Israel right now, the Middle East in particular. Because there's nothing but death going on in every corner. Airstrikes here. Every day there's bombs going off, people dying, man. Innocent people getting smoked. We're not so innocent in the eyes of the Lord because no man perish being innocent. And those heathens, they're not supposed to be in the land anyway, whether they're Palestinian or they're so-called Israelis. But either way, the spirit of death and judgment is in that land because they're not the people of the Lord's promise.
It says, "Oh my power, make them like a wheel as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest."
And to persecute them with that tempest. And when you look up that word tempest, it's talking about them strong winds, them hurricanes, man. You can even look that up after, but go on.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm, man. So those storms ain't just coming for no reason. As I said, it's sent for scourges of amendment, man. Plagues, famine, death, and destruction are sent for scourges of amendment from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He's visiting the earth which he made because this world is ruled by the wicked, man. And the wicked are those sons of the devil, known as the Edomites, man. Right. They're ruling this earth in wickedness, in straight up pure wickedness, man. Unrighteous deeds. And now it's their time to go down, man. This ain't the kingdom of heaven. This is the kingdom of hell. Yeah. And it's Esau's time to go down. Esau's the end of the world, man. He's at the end of his terrain, the end of his rule. The word world goes into the Greek word aeon, which means an uninterrupted time of rule. You know, so they're at the end of their age.
It says, "Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish."
So the Lord's putting them to shame, man. You know, the Lord's bringing them to the ground. He's humbling them, just by way of bringing destruction through the weather and all that. The Lord's humbling these devils because all their little palaces, all their little plush houses, and their cars. A lot of their cars got underwater, man. A lot of them cars are stuck in the mud. Them cars are done for. They ain't got no insurance to cover it. Like, they're fucked, man. Those cars are done for. They're basically, their lives have been ruined, all because of some storm. That's how quick the Lord can change things, just like that. Within 24 hours, the Lord can just change your whole life, man. These people are proud as hell, trying to plan for 2050 and all that, what they're going to do next year and all that. The Lord just destroyed a man's household. You ain't got nothing left. You don't even know where your bedroom was now.
And the thing with Esau being the devil, you may have had insurance in your house, but there'll be a clause in there.
Yeah, there'll be a clause.
Yeah.
And Esau's already got other plans for your house.
Exactly.
Because right now, they've got plans to turn certain Tampa, Florida, into a smart city, man. 15-minute smart city.
Yeah.
So that shit was all orchestrated. But either way, the Lord brought that destruction, man.
Yes,
but Esau got his plans and his agenda on the left-hand side to accomplish a new world order. Just like the situation over there in North Carolina, they wanted to steal all the lithium. So they brought forth that tornado or that hurricane so they can go steal the land.
Yeah. And people think all of this is far-fetched, but look what happened in Saudi Arabia, right? Where basically they straight up tell you that they have the ability to a storm seed or cloud seed and stuff, to make rain. But then also that devil, Yuval Harari, what did he say? He said we can make rain now.
Exactly.
We can piss the Most High off because we can make our own rain.
They've been bragging and boasting about that for years now. You've got old videos going back 10 years ago saying, they can create a weather, they can weaponize the weather, and they can create modifications with the weather, lightning strikes and all this. And they got the weapon. Look what they did to Maui, man. Look what they did to Hawaii, man. They used a fucking concentrated fire to destroy Maui, man. Because all the laser beams. Go ahead.
It's like all it is just areas of low pressure and areas of high pressure.
Yeah.
Right. And you can just feed into it, man. It's like these things. If you've got the money, ain't hard to do.
And Esau's got the money.
The
power's been given. Someone get that Micah 2:1. Yeah. The power's been given into their hands. And in that Psalms 8, the third chapter, when you read up the first couple of verses, it gives you the list of all the nations that are against the nation of Israel, that was confederate against us. So that's why the Lord's pouring out that judgment, because of the controversy of Zion. It names the nations. It names Edom. It names Amalek, Ishmael, all of them. They're all against the children of Israel, which you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, the real Israelites, man. Yeah. This is why the Lord's punishing the wicked. But even 2/3 are going to get punished because they're out of their minds as well.
Joined onto the wicked.
Yeah, they're joined onto the wicked. They love this society, man. They love the lasciviousness of it.
One last quick verse. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish,
Yeah.
that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Yeah, and he put Jehovah there, where there's no J's and no old vowels in the Hebrew. So they're going off. The word there is Yahweh. So the Lord's making it known, and that's what's going to be happening in these last days. The Lord's reinvigorating fear in this earth, so everyone can exalt and call upon his name, man. Everyone's going to know that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai done this. Not no Jesus. You got a bunch of idiots over there. What I don't even know what state it was, but you had an Hebrew Israelite camp there, and a bunch of Christians, and a flood of Christians started coming out, Jakes and Edomites along, all together screaming, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus ain't coming to save you, man. That other white meat is a false divination, man. That's a false Messiah.
Yeah.
The real Messiah is a so-called dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah, and he's coming back with a whole heap of a band of angels, what the white man calls UFOs, and he's coming to fuck this place up, man. They keep seeing satellite visions of, chariots, big-ass chariots, the size of Earth and all that in the skies, and NASA feeds and all that. That's the Lord showing himself, man, with the angels. And he's going to invade this earth very soon. Go ahead.
And that's why because that's one thing Esau does, right? When he can't hide it, he tries to take control of the narrative.
Yeah.
Which is why over the last couple of years, you've been having in high position, high ranking conversations about the chariots of the Lord, bringing it in front of Congress, right? Making the old military people. There was a whole investigation that they did, and I remember it being like 144 cases that they found, right, of the chariots in that.
Yeah,
you
can't hide the truth no more. It's too plain in their face. That's why they created the sixth branch of the military, the Space Force, and that's fulfilling the prophecy, Revelation 12 chapter. Because when they try to make war in heaven, the Lord's going to dismantle them and their whole armies, man. They're going to fall like Lucifer, like it says in Lucifer, falling from heaven, like lightning. They're literally going to fall out of the skies, man, because the Lord going to blast them to hell and back through them chariots, man, and laser beams, man.
It says Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
So these devils plan this stuff, man. It was called gradualism, or it's called order ad chaos. They create the scenario, the chaos, and then they come forth through with the order. Because what's the main thing they're talking about now? Martial law. In Florida and all that, there's going to be martial law because they want to restrict people from coming in and out of that area, because they don't want people investigating or interrogating, interrupting them planning building that smart city.
Which was the same thing that they reported out in Maui, man. When basically people were like, wait, the people couldn't go in to do their own investigations, and it was blocked up.
What precepts covers that? 2nd Ezra 15, right? Man shall desire to want to go into a city and shall not be able. That's why apostles of the spirit, it's the spirit, man, because even all this week, Apostle Tahar, Elder Tahar was saying, 2nd Ezra 15 and chapter 16 is playing right now, like the beginning of sorrows and the beginning of Jacob's trouble. You're saying it. All this week we're saying that, man. From last week. And look what's happening right now. Now they're blocking people from coming into certain cities, on purpose, man. Martial law, more restrictions, austerity. We're in a time of Jacob's trouble, the beginning of it, man. And it's only going to get worse. Next couple of weeks, we got the elections, man. And everyone is already getting pissed off fed up with Kamala. She's just fumbling every time she speaks, man. She's fucking up the bag. So it's looking like Trump might get reinstated, man. He might get back into the Oval, and all hell's gonna break loose either way. Whoever gets back into office, civil war's gonna break loose, man.
The world is waiting. Right. They're anticipating. And it's the thing where like the world changes, like the elder was saying, man. The world changes on November 8th. Remember the 5th of November.
Guy Fawkes night.
You know what I'm saying? So even our election was what, July 4th, was it, or whatever it was. The so-called Day of Independence and that. So they're these elites, they're sending out messages, and we're just waiting to see how it plays out.
Even the UK budget is around October 30th.
Halloween,
around the Halloween.
Halloween's a demonic, fucking satanic high holiday that these devils like to worship, man. So you already know they're gonna use that to their benefit, man. To put out some more rituals and all that, some more sacrifices, incantations, like the brother's saying. So in that time, that week, when that fucking ceremony or whoever gets announced, that spirit of death and Satanism is gonna be in the air, man. And probably something's gonna kick off. Something will probably kick off. someone's gonna get shot in the head or something like.
Yeah,
You know,
some kind of sacrifice.
yeah, sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because you already had the October surprise with all these different hurricanes and that. I think that was part of the October surprise, man, that everyone was talking about. Because look at what it's causing so much, you know, hysteria and all that over there in the States, just from having 2 hurricanes, man, back to back. But they've also been having a lot of tornadoes I've been hearing as well. So the Lord has definitely got his eyes set. Yeah, he's visiting the earth which he made, man. He's got his eyes set on Babylon the Great, man. Why? Because that place is destined for destruction, man.
Oh yeah, I've got a bit more.
You got a bit more.
Yeah, so it says, so let me read that again. Mark 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Yeah, so these devils been planning these demises. Going back to 2020, you had the Event 201. The year before, they did a drill ceremony of simulation, as they call it, of what would happen if the whole world was on lockdown because of a pestilence, a pandemic.
Yeah.
And that was Event 201. And who hosted that? Bill Gates.
Yep.
Same situation with this hurricane situation. Apparently, he's been involved in that too. I'm hearing his name was involved with the simulation.
Yep.
So it makes sense that this is all kicking off by the same Kabbalists, you know, that are on high, man. Why? Because they got an agenda to accomplish, man.
Yeah.
They want to bring forth a new digital age, a new world of disorder, as I call it. They call it the new world of order. New world order. I call it the new world of disorder.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing good coming out of everyone having implants inside of their bodies, man. Ain't nothing beneficial gonna come out of that. In fact, you're gonna activate cancers in your body, like it tells you in Revelation 16. You're gonna get sores in your flesh from taking that C hit.
It's like it. But yeah, no, I was just saying, it's like, bro, can you imagine that? Esau knows where you are all the time. He knows who you're with all the time. Because right now he can work it out from your phone, right?
Yeah.
But at least you can leave your phone at home, right? You can just be like, nah, bro, I just want to go into the woods, you know, like, you know, they're all showing all of them films when someone's a fugitive, right? You know, they'll break the phone, they'll crush it, and they throw it away. But with what Esau is trying to bring in, there's no getting away from it.
No more privacy, man.
No more
No such
privacy.
thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like they all show you in like the James Bond, they all show you that it can measure your vitals from afar, know who you're with. And I always think about it. I mean, they're gonna know, are these 2 devices, right, are near each other and their heart rates are going up. This must be a couple.
That's why they want to make them. That's why they're creating them smart cities.
Yeah, man.
The word smart is an actual acronym.
Yeah.
It's not just a smart. It means smart because it's a sophisticated word. The actual word is an acronym. Smart surveillance, management, analysis, recording technologies. Yeah. That's what they're creating. That's why they got them 5G towers and all that shit, so they can accurately, you know, watch you like a walking antenna.
Yeah, infrastructure being built up.
It's being built around us, man. This is why they're doing it.
So, like, what do you think the whole thing with SpaceX is about?
Yeah.
Right, where they're you know, got all of them satellites. What was it, Starlink? Right, where they got all of them satellites in the world to be able to provide that that Wi-Fi. Right.
So they got certain satellites that don't even need to be like oh, you don't have to be online or whatever. Anywhere in the earth, you can still pick you up. Yeah.
And then that's it, right? That whole, because how does it so happen that the same guy that's working on a brain computer interface also has a network of satellites that provide internet?
It's been given permission by the government.
Exactly.
You know, to take over that whole market, man.
Yeah, man.
So it's all that we know. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know who's in charge out here, man.
Yeah.
It's just that the people are ignorant to that.
Yeah.
People just think, oh, he's an entrepreneur and all that. Like he's the richest man on the planet. He's Tony Stark and Iron Man. You guys are stupid, man. You're watching too many Marvel. That guy is a Kabbalist, man. He ain't about no freedom and all that. Elon Musk. Why would he create the mark of be part of making the mark of the beast if he was about freedom? Mark of the beast is about putting you into slavery. Yeah. Digitally, man. Turning you into a digital slave. And he's actually got the C-hit there, ready to put in your damn brain, man.
Yeah.
So how is he about freedom?
Yeah, you're right. If I could say as well, they're gaslighting the people with the so-called manufactured emergencies that have gone on. Because what they're making sure that the news advertises is, the US government gives 6 million to Ukraine, they give XYZ to Pakistan and blah blah blah, but they're giving you $750. And the people are saying, but it's getting the people in that mentality of, government, give us more.
And apparently that's a loan. You have to pay it back.
Yeah.
$750. That ain't free money. They're saying you have to pay it back, man. Or they're going to send bailiffs to your yard.
Yeah, man.
While your house is still underwater.
Yeah.
You have bailiffs coming in on a boat, on a canoe. So what you got left in the yard, you got to take that shit. It's madness, man. How you going to loan $750 when people are in a crisis, man? state of emergency, you're going to loan money out and say you got to pay it back. That's how you know the people. And that's Kamala that said that. You know, Kamala's the devil, man. She's a demon, man.
Yeah, but hey, you can't tell that just from looking at her. Then you deserve what you get.
She's a straight up witch, man.
Yeah, bro.
She ain't for the people. She's definitely not for black people. She gonna put more hell on you. She gets to go. She gonna put more hell on you than any president, any white president will ever do.
Yeah. Look at her track record when she was the DA.
Yeah.
The district attorney.
You know, she was known for basically doing the madness to Jake, man.
Yeah, but the DA has power, bro. It's the government side. You get possibly. Get a plan.
Talk about she gonna give you benefits. She gonna lower taxes. No one knows what her fucking whole manifesto is, man. Everyone's still trying to investigate what her manifesto is. Because she says one thing, then contradicts herself in an interview. She just done a 60-minute interview and all that, and it just exposed her, man. She was there panicking, sweating. She didn't want to know how to answer the question. She was thinking man was gonna be in her ear telling her how to answer. She was there panicking, sweating in her palms and that, in her vagina.
Palms are sweaty, arms are
heavy. That's it. She didn't know how to answer because she's a puppet, man.
That's it.
And she's not a good puppet. She's an alcoholic, and she's just a whore. She's just a straight up whore.
But once again, he does these things on purpose, right? Because if he wanted to put in a woman in there was so many other women he could have chosen, right? Let's be even real. But even if it was Michelle Obama, she garnered a bit more respect on the world stage. Yeah, people will say that she's a man and that. Right, but like she has a bit more air of respect about her
because her husband was a previous president.
Exactly, and lots of people rated. You know, we know what that really was, but lots of people rated obese to this day, right? But they chose the worst person that they could choose for both of them. I mean, how have you got a dementia patient as leader of the so-called free world? Right, these elites are doing these things on purpose, right? To gaslight the people, to make people just show you just what America's falling. Great Britain has fallen. Let's look at our recent prime ministers, man. Right.
I was just watching an interview with Boris.
Yeah,
I put up on a chat and that, and Boris is like he's just all over the place, man.
That's it.
He's a failed prime minister.
That's it.
He failed the country, man, and he's just making excuses for why he fucked up.
Yeah, but part of Boris's thing was that caricature. These time, man's eaten educated and he went to Cambridge, but apparently he doesn't know anything.
Apparently his mum was in a psych ward from young, and he basically suffers from certain type of mental. That's why he's got that mad hairstyle, man. But it's all personality,
cult of personality.
Personality. Just like Hitler had the mustache. He has these weird ass hair.
And what's his face? Trump with the toupee.
Trump with the toupee. Simpson,
Kim Jong Un with the bowl cut.
Yeah.
Right, and all of that.
Cults of personality, man. You know. So, but he's a failed prime minister, man. He's always going to remain that. Everyone calls him a joke. That's why he's called Boris the Joke Johnson. I remember meeting his brother in Westminster one time. Seeing his brother, he's like a skinnier version of Boris Johnson, man, taller and all that. But he has the same hairstyle. That's how I noticed it was there because they said John Johnson's in the building. I was looking, I was like, "Who's John Johnson?" I see the hair and I'm like, "Oh, see, that's fucking Boris's brother. He's got the same fucking hairstyle, but he's taller and skinnier." Something. Yeah.
So 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, we're not ignorant of these devil's devices, man. Because we know what time we're living in. Why? Because we measured out the time diligently in itself. And that's how you're supposed to be in this life, in this world right now. When you know there's certain catastrophes and certain things happening around the world globally, you're supposed to analyze and think, what the hell's going on, man? Spiritually, something's going on. Even if you're not inclined into the scriptures, you'll be in the back of your mind thinking, this ain't normal, man. Something spiritual is happening on the earth. And that's when you turn to the scriptures and you find out there's the time of judgment on the earth, man. The Lord's pissed off with the rulership on this earth, man. He's getting fed up with the wicked, and now he's gonna bring them down. And it just so happens the Edomites, the basis of men, are ruling the earth right now. Because the Lord's the one that put them in power, and the Lord's the one that's gonna relinquish them off that throne, man. He's gonna kick them off their high horse. So that's the times that we're in, and also it's the time of the second coming, the advent of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, who the England call JC. His return is imminent, man. And this is why we're here, ushering it in. We're the ambassadors of Yahweh, we're the heralds, the ambassadors of Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai. We're ushering in the second coming of our Lord, man, our big brother, man, coming back in style. And these devils are shitting themselves, man, but you should. If you touch the apple of the Lord's eye.
Yep, point 1 and 2, but it says 2 Ezra 9 from the top. It says, You answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself,
Go back to my part for that.
Yeah. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I've told thee before,
Signs mean prophecies.
Yep.
These are the tokens the Lord that left behind of things to come. Even in Matthew, it says that. In Luke 21, it says that. Things to come, Luke 21. And it tells you, and it gives you the list, the same thing that he's reading, like earthquakes in diverse places, signs in the heavens, all of that. These are things to come. Why? Because it's the word of the Lord coming to pass, man.
Yep. So then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Yeah, this earth was made by a supreme being, man. And now he's visiting the earth which he made. Because the rulership on this earth is tainted, man. It's wicked as all hell. And it's been mismanaged, man.
It's a godless world, man.
Godless world.
Because you always say, like, back in the day, right, they would see all of these storms and hurricanes, and in the ancient times, and they may have been worshipping other gods, but what would they say? We have made our God angry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pissed off the gods and all that.
They'll say.
When the Apostle Paul was on the boat and then the storm came, whose God is angry?
There you go. I was even watching that today, Dora the Explorer and all that. And they went to talk about the Incas, which are the tribe, Northern Kingdom, and they went to the Golden City, basically. City of gold. They've gone there now, tried to take the gold off the ornaments, off the statues and that, and then all of a sudden all hell was breaking in until they put the shit back. That's what it is. Oh, you pissed off the gods when you take the stuff off the temple. You try to run away with it. You piss off the gods. Man. So that's what's happening on earth. You're taking the Lord's treasures, precious things, which is us.
Precious goodly things.
Precious goodly things. You stole us as the people, and now the Lord's pissed off, man. Now he's reacting. The Lord's not always going to be just sitting back watching. He's going to react, man. Payback.
Scripture says in Isaiah, right? I forget exactly where it says, "Verily thou art a power that hideth thyself."
Yeah.
Right? Because the Lord has just been in the heavens, right? Obviously still orchestrating things, but in quotes, right? Just watching as Israel, all of these different nations, right, put their hands on it. Right? But the Lord, this is how deep the Lord is, because the Lord is the one that allowed those nations power over.
Yeah. Oh, you can get that in Baruch.
Yeah. Because really, when you look at it, it's like, bro, like Esau took us there. We're gonna be in the kingdom like this guy.
Yeah.
We're gonna tell our kids, yeah, man, they have power over us. Our kids gonna be like, Dad, you can't lie.
This cave dweller, this Neanderthal man, power over us, not the gods.
Yeah,
the gods. We're gonna have gods. We're gonna have lightning coming out of our hands and all that. Levitating off the ground like fucking like Magneto or M. Bison and shit. From Street Fighter. Levitating off the ground and all that, doing all kinds of mad tricks. Spiritual power and all that. And we're gonna be looking at these weasels, these less of humans, these Neanderthals, and saying these cave monkeys used to rule over us, daddy. Our sons will be looking at what? You gonna piss them off. You're gonna be like, what? We will be whipping you like fucking dogs the dogs that you are, man. We're gonna get our revenge, man. Anything you've done to us, we're gonna return onto you double, man. It's beautiful, man. That's why revenge is, vengeance is thus saith the Lord. Recompense, man, is due.
That's like in the latest Planet of the Apes, man. And it was like, yo, these people, they used to rule over us. Humans.
It's a beautiful day. We're gonna be saying that, man. It's gonna be a beautiful day every day in the kingdom, man. We're gonna have you devils in captivity once and for all. You ain't gonna never get your power back, man. I don't care what kind of Russian military is out there, man. They keep coming back into power, man.
Look at them Ethiopians, man. Right?
Yeah.
Look at them. I mean, just
fly swatting.
And that's what most of the world knows them for, right? But these times, that was a powerful empire, man. But they got brought down.
Yeah. But yesterday it's funny. Early in the morning, they showed 10 Commandments, man, with Charlton Heston and that. Cecil B. DeMille. That production and all that, and it showed you in the beginning, man. It opens up, says, the Lord made the heavens and the earth, and then it was light, and then it goes straight into Egypt, and they say that Hamas was serving children of Israel bare rigor, and then you see man just pulling in the trenches, he's working on the mud, the mortar and all that, and playing that music, in the background. It just reminds you, Jake was catching fucking hell under these damn Hamites. But where them Hamites now, man? Where them modern day Egyptians like the Sudanese? They're out there swatting flies, living in mud huts in somewhere in Africa and Sudan and all that, man. They don't even remember that they were the great Egyptians back then. And even in the movie, they got Ethiopians that came to show them the scene when Moses comes back from conquering the other tribes, and he comes with the Ethiopians saying, They brought bare gifts and all that.
Yeah.
And the Ethiopians look like jet black.
Yeah.
So why were all the characters jet black? Moses was a dark skinned man. He wasn't no white man. Charlton Heston. Fuck out of here. Charlton Heston ain't no Moses, man. Then you got Pharaoh, you know, looking like a damn Somalian. Really, he was probably jet black.
Yeah.
The Egyptians were dark skinned people, man. The Sudanese, tall as hell, skinny, Manute Bolt looking type, you know, slow and lanky and all that, but tall as hell. But Esau likes to lie on history because he tried to hide the fact that the children of Israel are people of color, man.
Yeah.
You know, Joseph and all that, they're all men of color.
Yeah.
Levites.
Yeah, he hides anything because that's part of the lie that Esau has to maintain, right? That Jake can't amount to anything. That's why, for instance, you look at like Saudi Arabia's got oil. They built up that you know, that place city or whatever. But Nigeria has what?
From the beginning.
From the beginning. But yet Esau doesn't allow them to prosper in the land. That's why they'll set up puppet leaders. And people think that the whole idea of a puppet leader is far-fetched. Look at the history on Japan post-World War, right? And how the American presidency, right? The infrastructure in America basically took control of the Japanese emperor at that time because they was like, look, you're going to be a puppet for us and you're going to make your people come. So that's recorded history. So now you're telling us that they ain't going to be doing that all throughout the world.
Look at what's the Venezuela.
Yeah, same again.
Britain said we're not giving you your own country's
own
gold
gold,
unless you recognize who the America said is your president. Bro.
Exactly.
Africa's supposed to be like Dubai, man.
Yeah.
They even been saying that recently, like Nigeria's supposed to be like modern day Dubai. They're trying to develop it like that.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to have been like that from early.
back, yeah.
It's supposed to really be first part of the first world.
Yeah.
They ain't supposed to be third world countries over there in West Africa and all that.
Any of that.
Saudi Arabia, the Middle East, the Levant, because that's where all the most fertile crescent.
Yeah.
They call it the fertile crescent because that's where the most resources are on the face of the earth.
What does the script? How does the scripture refer to Europe? That bottomless pit.
Bottomless pit. Europe's supposed to really be
that
a third world.
Yeah.
Because you don't grow nothing here.
Yeah.
Everything has to be imported. So really, Africa and all them places are really supposed to be like how it
highly resourceful.
Highly resourceful, like Zimbabwe. When they had Mensa Musa. No, not Zimbabwe. Timbuktu. Timbuktu when you had Mensa Musa and all that, man. Rich and flourishing in gold. He was like the richest man at that time in Africa. Why? Because they got abundance of rich resources.
Yeah.
When he was watching that gold documentary, Idris
yeah,
Elba, where did they first go? He went to Ghana. You see the gold, the king.
That was
gold,
too much.
So much gold.
That was too
it looked like it was Play-Doh, man.
Yeah.
That's so much gold.
It looked like it was Play-Doh.
You know, ridiculous, man. How much it was gold he had in his fucking skin.
He had gold hair, like he had bracelets all the way up his arm.
Covered in gold. It looks like
that's the true Wakanda.
It looked like toy food and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It looked ridiculous, but that's how much abundance of gold they have in Ghana.
Yeah,
so really, the Guyanese, if that's even a term, the Ghanaian, they should be rich as hell, man.
Yep.
They should be up there.
Yep. Same with Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe was the breadbasket of Africa. When you saw in the Grand Tour, it goes. They basically go the last final Grand Tour with Jeremy Clarkson and them. They go Zimbabwe and they're going through the country. Hey, this car, even I was like, right, you know what I'm saying? But then one of the jokes they made is about all of the silver that's in the land, and that's true. You got a lot of silver and gold in the land, right?
Ivory Coast,
yeah.
This supposed to be abundant. This supposed to be wealthier than most countries on the face of the earth. But why they impoverished? Because the so-called Iron Man, the so-called white man, the devil being the Bible that it speaks of, is impoverishing those nations, man, on purpose.
You know, there's a nice segue back into Market 2 there.
Yeah, that's it.
Market 2 and 2 says, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
They take them by violence, like the whole situation right now in Tampa, Florida, North Carolina. They want to take the land and suck the land dry for more resources, man.
Yep.
Because Esau's on his way out. So right now he's going to suck the land as much as he can for every ounce of oil, for every ounce of resources that they can before the Lord bombs that place with the nuclear missiles, man. They want to create smart cities. That shit ain't going to last forever, man. That shit's going to last like 6 months to a year. Because the missiles are going to fly very soon, man. We're in that time, man. Time of war. You see what's going on over there in the Middle East? All these airstrikes, BB pissing off a lot of people right now, man.
Oh, yeah.
People are getting ready to take that nigga out, man. His own people are getting vexed.
Yeah, because the elder, they just arrived, but the elder was going into that, man. How you having basically like a brain drain, right? You're getting a lot of people that are from because this is a lot of them have dual citizenship, innit? And let's be real, if you can just go to a quote unquote safe country, you would. Like when it was just Hamas and them throwing them little small grenades over the border, they were all right with it because like more time the Iron Dome could deal with it.
Yeah.
But now that you've got Hezbollah shooting things, you've got Iran shooting things, and actually going deep into the country, now all of a sudden people are dipping. They're like, look, man, it's a bit different.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%, bro.
It's sort of like, when you might have someone, a little man's trying to fight you, and they come out here. But when his dad comes now, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's the same here, bro. If like fucking like Russia was really troubling like the UK, like the UK leaders are sending money over there. People are like, yeah, fucking whatever. I still got my start. I can watch the Premier League and all of that. It's all good.
Yeah.
But if Russia was really affecting the UK,
Shut that shit
people
down.
would be up in arms. Bro.
Yeah, 100%.
It's gonna get like that soon. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Russia's got their eyes on the UK as well. They said they're gonna attack them very soon.
Yeah.
They're gonna be one of the first people they're gonna attack.
Yeah.
Is the UK.
Understand.
Yeah.
Great Britain's gonna get it first, probably first before America gets it. Because America's gonna be like the last.
Save the best for last. type of
Save the
thing,
best
man.
destruction for last. Yeah.
Because London's that money capital and more so that money washing capital of the world. Right, there was a really good documentary by Al Jazeera called the Men Who Run Football or something like that. Now it's actually not got a lot to do about football. It goes into a lot about the economies, about like trusts and funds. Because here it is, for the most part, us regular folk, everything is regulated. You see it. It's like, oh, so and so's got their money has this much money, and they're going to pay that much tax. However, when you start dealing with trusts, everything is now question marks. It will be follow up the trail, oh wait, it's a trust. We don't know we don't know whose money's in there. We don't know so much information. It's just like a black box, if you will.
It's all fraudulent.
It's fraudulent. So that's why when people say, oh, how do you mean the Rothschilds have so much money? Well, if it's all in a trust, how do you know? You actually don't know.
Rothschilds ain't in America. They're over there in the UK. They're in Europe, man. So Putin's definitely going to attack somewhere in Europe and England, Great Britain. Because the bankers are, it's one of the filthy frogs. Revelation to 16 chapter. So, one of the banking capitals of the world. So the elites, the wicked elite of Russia, whatever, they're definitely going to attack.
They're going to hit something.
The bankers over here in Great Britain.
And you got it. I was even can say like the banking industry is deep. Like most people just know the retail bank, like they just know your household names, like HSBC and Lloyds. And when you deal with Rothschild, they got their own private banks. Like even Coop Bank is the mainstream bank, but there's actual like smaller institutions that will only open your account if you've got like literally about $1 million plus in savings, and that's like consistent reserves as well.
You have to be part of that insider
that income. So let me carry on, right? So Mark 2 and 2 says, and they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away.
Yeah, all that destruction that's happened over there in North Carolina, Florida, Tampa, they're gonna use that as a ruse to create them smart cities. So they took it by violence, by force, man. Even though the hurricane was so-called a natural disaster, but they're gonna benefit off it because they always say, what's their motto? They never let a crisis go to waste. Now they're gonna push martial law, all of that. So this is all part of Esau trying to accomplish his new world order because they know they got a lot of time left, man. The time's running short on the clock. The time's running short on the clock, man. So that's why they got to force the hand. They got to move quick, man. They got to fast track all the wicked devices, man. And then they're getting ready to slap them C-hips in people's foreheads, man, and right hands. Because they're touting that technology so hard right now. They're getting people used to all this digital technology, cashless societies and all of that. Why are they doing that? Because this is the way. This is part of the new way of buying and selling, man. It's the new way in, out of the old technology, in with the new. Go ahead.
It says, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
And that's what Esau's doing ultimately. But it's going to backfire. All these devices that these devils are planning and all that, it's all going to backfire on them anyway. Because why? Because the joy of the hypocrite is only but for a moment, man. These devils think this kingdom's going to go on forever, man. They got that vain imagination, man. They keep planning ahead for the 10, 15, 20 year of the future. But all that shit's going to be cut short. Why? Because the Lord said he's going to cut it short for his elect's sake. Just like ancient Babylon, that was supposed to be ruling for 70 years. The Lord cut the year short. The Lord cut the time. Same thing with this modern day Babylon. The Lord going to cut the time short, man. So that's why Esau's pushing. He's going harder than ever. So things are going to start, more things are going to start happening. All the chaos scenarios, and it's not going to be beneficial for you citizens, man.
Even leading up to the last election.
Yeah,
because even the agents, which we're the ones that told you about these guys.
Exactly.
Elon Musk, Andrew Tate,
we just spoke about it.
The three acolytes. Yeah,
we just spoke about it.
The three acolytes of Trump.
Yeah,
and they're Elon's coming out and saying this is the last election, and they're proper building up the energy around it, so that everyone can get invested in. Because this one election, you know what I mean, means the end of America.
The final, yeah.
Which is bullshit. Yes, but that's how they're pushing it. That's how they got something planned.
Yeah.
And it's what, November 5th, the 5th, which is another Illuminati. Yeah, Illuminati day.
Fireworks day. That's it. We're coming into the end of this month. There's high Halloween, as you mentioned earlier, a high witchcraft unholy day that these devils are going to use.
Yeah.
Samhain and all that to do major sacrifices. Probably going to do another Diddy event. A couple of them. To push that vibration of Satanism, so they can get ready for this November the 5th orchestration, man. But whoever gets into office, all hell's going to break loose anyway. As we said, Kamala, she's doing a terrible job. She's forgetting herself. Her manifestos all over the place. She's contradicting herself, man. No one can really trust her words. And Trump, he's just like, the same. Yeah, he's the same. But because he's making options.
So the worst thing about this Trump character is the way people are going on is that he never had 4 years already.
That's what I said. He's been there already.
He was in there for 4 years. The budget went up ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Everything. There was no wall being built.
Yeah. His thing against her is because the immigration thing was got out of hand.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna do nothing.
He ain't gonna make no difference.
The only way he gonna do something is if it's in the grand agenda of the elites, man. And that's what people don't realize, man. But it's a witchcraft. That whole democracy, the party, and being part of something is really witchcraft, man.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because even here in the UK, you got the same issue, right? You got the Tories in power recently. Labour just come in, right? Immigration has always been an issue. Things have been getting worse and worse in terms of immigration. Whether it's Tories or whether it's Labour, it's not changing. They're not going to change.
And they don't really undo what the last person done in a major way.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. This is what people need to realize, man. And they're coming up with all these points. You had they're trying to make abortion a big deal.
Yeah.
But then Trump's wife came out and said, "Nah, we're pro-abortion." So it's just the whole thing is just a big show.
It's a big show
to get people's energy invested into Babylon and investment. Really, your investment, if you're an Israelite, should be in Yahweh Shai. That's right. Yeah. Your investment shouldn't be in Kamala or Trump or any of these characters because they don't stand for Yahweh Shai, man.
There's Isaiah 30, man.
Even the curse said, "No man shall buy you, man," which means no man shall save you, right? So it doesn't matter. You looking towards like there's some savior of our people. They're not gonna be, man.
Yeah.
They ain't got your best interest at heart, man.
You get that? The curse shall only be oppressed always. Is that 45 and 46?
Yeah, read that one real quick and then get all those.
Yep. So this is Isaiah 30. I'll start from top of 2. One. Okay. It says woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with the covering but not of my spirit.
Like the elders talking about, these are people take the covering of this world, man, of Egypt, modern day Egypt, which is Esau's world right now. They're covering his spirit. They want to trust in politics and democracy when they're supposed to put their trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. We're spiritual people, man. We're not carnal people.
They want to be blessed, man. But our blessing is of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
The blessings that's in the scripture. Because really, when you break it down, what do people want? Well, all you got to do is go and read the blessings, Deuteronomy 28, 1 to 14. That's what I was going to say.
That's what life's all about.
That's what you want. You want when you hear about Jake want the peace. They want money in their pocket. They want everything to be nice. They want to be fruitful. They want their business to be working and all that stuff. They don't want
generational wealth, all that.
They want all that good stuff, right? But that's not going to come through in America because first of all, you're wicked as hell.
Yeah.
And secondly, America wasn't set up for that. It was set up for the curses to be on you, man.
Exactly.
And the thing is, what's funny, man, like it's true that the Democratic, they have pigeonholed Jake into the Democratic party and made the Republicans look like they're racist and the Democrats are not racist. But then so now you got man saying they want to be Republican. It's like, you dummy, they're both racist.
Yeah.
How stupid can you be?
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, when the Republicans came into power, then America should turn into to Shangri-La for Jake, but it don't, did it? When Bush was a Republican, right?
Yeah.
Right? Well, what did Bush do for them?
Never benefited us. Never.
So neither of these so-called parties are going to be there for your blessing. They're only there for the curse, and that's what if you read the scriptures, you know that. You got that precept?
It's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. Thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
That's whether we're in America, Britain, it doesn't matter. We're only going to be oppressed and crushed always. Esau's always going to find a way to oppress us, man. And it don't matter whether it's Republican or Democrat, whether they call themselves Muslim or whatever label or mask that Esau wants to put on. He could call himself communist. He can call it capitalism. All these isms and schisms that they make up. The core of it is always going to be that you're going to end up oppressed. Yeah. You're going to end up at the bottom of the pile. Yeah. You're not going to get a fair shake because Esau Edom is against you, man. And there's a game being played, and they're playing to win. And you ain't on their team.
And it's a spiritual thing as well, because we're under them curses.
Yeah,
you ain't never going to benefit.
You know what? That's part of the witchcraft, is to get you, Jake, to believe you're part of their team.
Yeah.
Like this is a team sport. We're in this together. We're Americans. No, you're not part of a team. The word team goes back to race. Exactly. You are not a part of the people who own and control America and Britain. You're not part of their team.
You're not American.
They're not working. They're not playing. You're playing. But they're playing for you to lose and them to win. But they got you thinking, oh yeah, I'm British, I'm African American, I'm American. If America's we. No, it's not we, bro.
Land of the free.
Yeah,
it goes back to the what's it called? The amendments and all that. When you was in slavery when those amendments were written.
That's right.
So America's never been for our benefit ever.
No,
because you was in captivity when we was in chattel slavery when those fucking amendments were written, man.
Yep. And then all these jakes that come up in the society to a certain level, they have to serve that system to work against you. Like Kamala Harris. Yeah. When she was district attorney, she was working against Jake. Hell, and working for the elites. You get all these jakes, they want you, like even in the music industry is the biggest example. You'll make the most money, but the music industry is designed for what? To oppress Jake, to destroy Jake's mind. Yeah. And then they'll give you money in exchange for that. It's no different than when if you do the research and you study Mexico, for instance. When the Spaniards went up to Mexico, they didn't just slaughter all the leaders. No, there were certain leaders that they used as puppets, and they would actually intermarry with them, and then those leaders would have a good position. But guess why? Because they were there to help keep the people in their check in place, and so they would be rewarded. Same thing if you go to the islands, there's certain Negroes that were rewarded for playing that role underneath the slave master to keep the other Negroes in check.
Yeah. Which I'm saying, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, like the Negro Stephen, man.
Yeah.
He put up in a high place in the White Household, but he was snitching on his own people, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Possibly even said that, like even in slavery, Jake had slaves and stuff.
Yeah. There was Jake. That was we get
that was well off, man.
Well, that's what these rappers are. Yeah. They're given benefits. As long as they play the position of destroying their own people, they're given the benefits of the fame and the glory. But if they were there to edify the people, would you think Esau would allow them to make millions and have a platform and CNN? Oh, we got Jay-Z on CNN. They wouldn't even be nowhere near that.
They wouldn't see daylight, man.
You know,
they're gatekeepers, man.
They're gatekeepers, man. But that don't mean that this is their system, because as soon as the man that own the system don't have no use for them, they'll get cast down back where they belong. Because this ain't theirs. Yeah, this ain't their kingdom either. The curses will catch up with them soon enough. Yeah.
Revelations 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Right. So no matter, like we talking about the different party systems and that, no matter how you really look at it or what you believe, one's better than the other, it's part of the same system, man. Yeah. And the system is working against you. It doesn't matter what side you're picking the wrong sides.
So it's all part of the same coin.
That's right.
Coin.
Yeah.
Right? But that's why he's so smart though, because he knows how to play that paradigm.
It's a show. It's witchcraft, man.
Part of the bread and circus.
Like the Clintons and Trumps, they were known to be best of friends, and then all of a sudden they were enemies, and I'm gonna arrest her. But she didn't get arrested though. Oops.
Oh yeah. So apparently Lewinsky is one of the small hats she was set up to go and
Oh,
do what she did against
damn,
Pittman.
Lewinsky.
Lewinsky.
That's should have known. Lewinsky.
Yeah, it's in the name.
Moratorium, and they gave
Apparently,
him a-
Bibi and all them was involved in that whole situation with Pittman. You know, because the Israelis were trying to keep him in check when he was in office at that time. So they used Lewinsky to basically get some dirt on him, you know.
Go on.
Yeah. Another one in Deuteronomy 28 is on the point, same point. Deuteronomy 28:29, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
And you know, the groping really goes back that the only ones that truly understand what's going on are the prophets.
Yeah.
If you don't have the knowledge of these scriptures, then you don't know about Esau, Edom.
No,
You don't know about the Amalek.
Yeah.
So you really don't have you're in a movie. You don't know the script. You don't know the plot. You don't even know the characters. You're believing what you see on TV, and what you see on TV is not reality. They got just like when you was young and you watched WWE.
Yeah.
You think that Booker
was
T
real,
and
yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin hated each other because one was playing the baby face, Stone Cold, and then the other one was playing the heel, Booker, or vice versa, right?
Yeah.
And then then years later, I'll be watching the podcast. Them dudes is best of friends. But when you're young, you thought, oh, them man hate each other.
Yeah.
Well, basically, this whole politics
Staged event.
is all the same. It's WWE on a larger scale. Behind closed doors, these people don't have a difference in opinion or a difference in agenda.
Even Trump was on WWE.
Hey, they got the same employer.
They got the same employer.
Working with each other, man.
That you could get one guy who's an Islamist and the other man who's a Christian, a Catholic, and they're both saying this. But one of them's playing this role, and the other one's playing the other role.
Yeah. That's that.
But if you don't understand the scriptures, you ain't gonna see all that, man.
Yeah.
All we see is Edomites.
Yeah.
That's all we see, man. Yo, I don't care what is. Oh, I'm a
We
Democrat.
already know who he works for.
We already know he's saying.
Or the familiar.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Familiar.
like this Andrew Tate character. We're not getting caught up with guys like that.
Stage events, man. Stage character.
All of a sudden now they're gonna drop the case against him, which we already said was gonna happen. The case was all a theater to make people think that he's persecuted. It's the false persecution. Now he's getting all the cars back and he's bragging about it.
Yes.
And I'm like, bro, you can't see that this guy's an agent.
Same with Alex Jones. He owns
He had the court case,
$1 billion worth.
but he's still here, right?
Still got his fucking, still
Same
making
thing with
money.
Trump. They did the same, and Elon. All
Yeah.
four of them had their court cases, but none of them were destroyed.
The nigga with the 4 horsemen, man. No, them niggas with the 4 horsemen.
Yeah, but when you got the light, throw one here, Baba Kato. When you got the light of the Lord, when you got the scriptures, you can properly break down what's happening in the world. So you're not groping. Jacob been groping for a long time, confused, caught up in black consciousness and caught up in this, caught up in that. They have no idea what's actually going on. They don't know that the ultimate goal is to chip them. Why would they know that?
You were saying earlier, they're getting gaslit because Kamala's giving them $750 on a loan, talking about you gave 600 M's to Ukraine, and then all you got for niggas is $750.
It's all the game, man. It's all the
game.
game, man.
Yeah.
You know? People still gonna vote for a stupid ass, but either way,
And it don't even matter.
it don't matter.
Because whether you vote or not, that's the biggest scam there is. It don't matter. What is voting? It's a number that comes up on the TV. This is how there's a number that comes up on the TV, and the number says this person got 400, 899. This person got, and you're like,
It's all done in private, right? So no one can
No
know.
one can know.
Yeah.
So
It's all
whatever
rigged,
number
man.
they put up there, they can do whatever they want.
what they want is you giving your energy and the perception. But the actual result, they will determine. That's already predetermined exactly who's going to win and who's going to lose what state. Because they control it, man. That's why the Bible says his right hand is the right hand of falsehood. And that's why, really, in this election, whoever wins, the other side is already set up to not accept it. And this is how bullshit is. And they're doing it.
They keep talking about rigged elections and shit.
Yeah,
They're talking about it all the
That's
time.
what you say.
because they want that dissension to happen afterwards.
The last one was rigged.
They
The
want
one
the
before that
chaos.
was rigged. You know what I
They
mean?
need-
It's always rigged.
They need the people to be amped up and have that chaos. So
They have the
if
chaos.
whoever wins, it's gonna amp up people to
Yeah, if Trump wins, the Dems are going to be like, it's the end of America.
right.
You know? And they stole the vote. And then if Kamala wins, it'll be like, oh, it's the end of America. They stole the vote. And they
Proud
can have,
Boys. the Proud Boys gonna hit the road.
Oh, they're gonna bug out. If Kamala wins, them men are gonna bug out.
They're gonna hit the capital
Yeah,
again.
let's
man.
go, boys.
But that's why we had that movie Civil War come out.
Yeah.
This year. innit?
Yeah, telegraph.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Civil War. Yeah. What type of American are you?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's that divide right there. And we know a kingdom divided against itself should not stand, man. Right. So this is all prophecy playing out. The division is set to really rip open, man.
And we're entreating it, man. We want it to happen because this is the necessary evil that we need to happen so we can get the fuck up out of this place, man.
We gonna be we gonna have the popcorn out,
Yeah, and the wine.
watching the results for the election, not believing that people is the actual vote, but just wanting to see how
The reaction.
same way when I used to watch WWE.
Yeah,
like,
you get
I
excited.
just want to see how it
WrestleMania.
plays out. I know
Is it a KO or is it?
And then you got Jerry the King Lawler and them, like, hey, them commentary dudes, they were the legendary. The King, they got the skill chain. Oh, they were selling that Lawler and what was the other one? The King. It was Lawler and I forgot the other guy's name, but they were legendary, man, on that commentary.
Really excited.
They need to get them man on the election commentary. Go on now.
Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. The fear
So
of
this
the
happens when you're clued up, man. You're stable in the mind. You're not being thrown left or right by the things that's happening, in front of you. It's all BS. But you people out here that are not, given that, you're gonna be bugging out at the smallness of movement, left or right.
But I'm the good shepherd.
If Kamala wins, you're gonna bug out. If Trump wins, you're gonna bug out. You're gonna bug out regardless, man, because you don't understand what's going on. But we're gonna be sitting back, chilled, knowing exactly where he's going.
Because we're not in the matrix, man.
Like the Labour thing.
Yeah.
People thought, okay,
Starmer and all that.
Labour's gonna come in and save
it
Britain.
right.
We already know they ain't gonna save that.
People already complaining about Starmer.
Yeah.
Or bro, the mask dropped quick.
yeah.
The mask dropped quick with the pension winter thing. Yeah, because it can't be saved. It's a managed decline. Yeah, but they're fooling the people into thinking that the left and the right,
Now they got a black woman running for leader of was it the Conservative Party?
Yeah. And
And
she's saying the
she's a good
wildest shit.
speaker though.
What they had
But
that
she's just-
Elamite in there. Why
And
not?
she got they're trying to copy anything America does. Great Britain want to imitate, so now they
Because-
want to put a black leader in at the top of the
Because what they're doing
Truman
is
and all
all
that.
confusion. It's all confusion, and that's really what it is. Like, and then when you break it down, look at the freedom of speech thing. At first, they're using the freedom of speech against one group, but then the next man will use them same things against the other group. So in the end, it's getting used against everyone.
No one can talk.
So no one could talk. That's really. But people don't pay attention to what's going on. But we know what it is.
We're woke.
That's why we got to follow Yahweh Shai, because only Yahweh Shai is going to lead us into the pastures that we desire. And that's what Jake needs to wake up to. That this world, the systems of this world, man, the leaders of these world, they're not the good shepherd. They're not there to shepherd you into the kingdom of heaven. This ain't the kingdom of heaven, and they never will be. But you know what? Jake's idea of the kingdom of heaven is some nihilistic version of materialism that they think they can achieve in this world because they spend all day staring at these goofy celebrities.
That's the pinnacle for them.
false idols, man.
And they're not even really in a good way.
Oh, you got young Philly. One of them influencers. He's getting caught up right now. All the millions and all the sponsors that he had, because he was in the world and all that, and now he's in the shitters, man. All because you wanted to put your trust in this world, man.
Stop taking Becky.
All these celebrities getting fiddled, man.
All these celebrities, like the scripture says, stars gonna fall from heaven. But this place is a false reality. It gives Jacob a sense of false reality, thinking, I can make it. Man, the elder said we was brought over here to the west to suffer, man. We're under these curses, man. We ain't gonna make it, man. Don't matter what you do.
Yeah,
You could be Mayweather and all that. You're still gonna be under the curses.
The kingdom of heaven is much more than material things.
Exactly.
It's the entire spirit of
The spirit vibration.
You know what I mean? It's the people that's around you. It's the law, statutes, commandments being put forth. Like in the kingdom of heaven, you ain't gonna worry about you got something nice and another man just gonna come and blow your brains out.
We're all gonna be.
But the only thing that I feel are lacking is righteousness, man. That's
Order,
what we're only
righteousness.
missing. It's not wealth, we're not missing wealth. We're missing righteousness, right? For us to be blessed by the Heavenly Father, man. And until we can, until we repent, for the wicked that will be destroyed, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to receive those things, man. You're not going to succeed in this world. You're not meant to.
Yeah.
You want to make America great again. Yeah. It's not gonna happen for you, man.
America's gonna be great when it gets hit with a nuclear fire, man.
You was never part of it.
That's when America's gonna be great when they get hit with the nukes, man. Jake don't get it though, man. Don't think that there's something better to come, man. America's not the haven of the earth.
The worst thing is, even in this world, it's ain't the haven of the world.
It's not, man.
Even in this world, man, it's true. You got other places in the world that are now looking at America like,
Like America's funky, man.
yeah. So the scripture says, "Who the hill you cannot be healed."
America's done for, man. If you can't see it, that just means you're just deluded. The Lord's thinking you're gonna be part of the nuclear destruction.
Yeah,
You have that.
Yeah, so we gotta put. That's why we push Yahweh Shai.
Yeah,
You gotta push Yahweh Shai, man. Right, because the kingdom of heaven, Yahweh Shai, that's what it's all about, man. You don't worry about these politicians and these rappers and all these different people. They can't lead you into the kingdom of heaven, man. They can't. Where they're gonna lead you to is death and destruction, man, and sorrow. You know what I mean? Like,
when Jake get into the kingdom, you're gonna feel like they're gonna realize all this was for nothing, man. All this was for naught.
they got everybody trying to basically make it on the internet. Life's so messed up. Like that's
all you can do.
You gotta try and do some stupid shit to try to go viral and get. And even that's fake because you gotta remember these men are all put in a position.
Yeah.
Look at this hot tour girl.
Yeah, she's already gone.
She's already she's made it. She's the second most popular podcast, getting all these big sponsorships. She's a so-called Jew. They set her up with the algorithm.
Yeah.
She's a so-called Jew. But you see from the outside looking in, it looks so
organic. Yeah.
But it's not organic, man. A lot of this stuff is it's fake, like. But it makes you think that you go out there and that girl, she just made like $10 million on the OnlyFans. So you go debase yourself online and end up with $20. Why? Because you don't understand that they set that bait for you out there for you to do that.
And that footprint's online for life. I can't even get a
Same thing with the rapping thing. You think you can become a multi-million-dollar rapper if you're just good at rapping. If I just push. No, bro, them dudes are them top rappers that you see are all put there by committee. It's like Drake is the #1 example of that.
Yeah. With these guys, man, they'll always tell you, man, you've got to be marketable. Yeah. Right? And marketable can mean anything, right? It's just what they want. The image of what they want is what they want to put out there. So unless you don't fit that, you ain't willing to play ball with them, you ain't willing to dye your hair pink and all this crazy shit. You ain't gonna be where you want to be.
They've already got them guys selected. Listen, most of these dudes, they got friends and family in the industry already. Yeah. These are known facts. Like these are not just people that was living next door to you and they just became multi-million-dollar artists. Very few of them were chosen that were not already a part of the fraternity. Yeah. Then you got this Ice Spice thing that they pushed up. How did she become big? Yeah, she was already hooked. She was already juiced in. They gave her the ISIS name, and then they had Drake add her on IG, just like that. It wasn't organic.
The managers, that Grayson, Lucian guy, whatever his name is, but he's a top. He owns UMG basically.
But basically, the only thing now that people are now is if you're a woman, go on IG and hope that you get a DM, you can get flown out somewhere, and that's it. That's it. Like this is like the society of the society's so messed up and destroyed. People have just got to try and prostitute themselves, trying to be something, and they're never going to be anyway. So sell your soul, and you ain't even going to get what you see these men like Kim. You ain't going to be Kim Kardashian. She was already juiced in.
This is Sirach 14, verse 3. Riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an envious man do with money? He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul gathereth for others, that shall spend his goods richly. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and that is the recompense of his wickedness.
And that's really talking about Esau. Ebony, because what's a nigger? It's a miser. It's someone that basically they just greedy and they just I just want everything to myself. That's what Esau's done, and this is why the world is the way it is and people are struggling the way they're struggling, because the entire system is designed to suck all of the wealth to like the 1% and have everyone else fighting and scrounging and desperate, and to the point where you're willing to pop your pussy out online to get something because it's so difficult to get what they've been dangling in front of you, because they dangle it.
Yeah.
Your whole life, luxury is dangled in front of you like this.
People are like crabs in a bucket.
It's literally, think of it, they've got a whole system designed for you to just see things that's unattainable.
15-second clips on Instagram.
And what does the scripture say? The scripture, I'm gonna go back to that film. You know, Silence of the Lambs. He says, "We covet that which we see." you know, you can't covet. You don't covet what you don't until you're up. And that shit was hard. That's how they clock. He said, "Look, if he's finding these girls, it's because he sees them. So he must be around where these girls are, because you covet what you see." Esau's designed a whole society where people literally sit there and they have these celebrities showing you this. Mayweather's always on the IG. Look at this hotel. Look at this. If you go back in time, people that were on a low level didn't really see all that shit. So you're not really that covetous towards it. Now you're just sitting there on your phone and you're just watching, that Lamborghini, that
or jet and all that.
All you're seeing is people living in luxury, and you start thinking everyone's living like that because it's like, no, everyone ain't living like that. You're just watching a few people on the internet, and half of it's fake. So you're creating a society where people are becoming more covetous, more envious, and then so now you could get them to do whatever you want for pennies because they're so desperate. Because you can't even get a house. You're here in London, you gotta have 40k for a deposit for a house, £40,000. How's a man working in Primark?
Average person.
How's the average person getting 40k deposit to buy a house in London? Even if you're with your woman. Listen, you better have 10 women if you're gonna do that. Because you're not even allowed to do that.
Exactly.
Realistically speaking, like, who's buying these houses? Who's got 40k on to drop on a deposit to get a house? So unless you're on a council thing, which the council thing's hard to get, and even if you inherit a council place, you inherit the council place, only one of you, if you got like 6 brothers, or you're all gonna inherit the council place. So there's a whole bunch of people in London right now, a whole bunch of kids that will never see a house a day in their life. Let alone some nice house that them man are on IG watching. So now they're like, well, how can I make this money? And then so Esau's got them selling their soul trying to get to it, doing anything.
There was a notification I got earlier on today about how, and it was from the BBC, about how you're having a whole load of influencers risking their lives, trying to do shows in like with the hurricane, right? Trying to go into the hurricane, just for the clicks.
And then you got these Aiden Ross and all these agents. I told you, these dudes are set up. They're agents. They're all part of the same managerial company that runs them. Agent Ross,
Aiden's J-double-O.
Yeah, he was J-double-O, Mr. Beast. All these guys are all agents. They're controlled. Now they're saying, give this guy $100 grand because he was in a boat during the hurricane. So what are they doing? They're just it's like a sweepstakes. If you do this, then we'll give you money. If you do this, you could be them. Meanwhile, the Esau, Edom, these guys are trillionaires, man. If they wanted to, they could make the system a lot more, not equal in terms of everyone having the same, but the people at the bottom could be alleviated and have more. But they don't want that.
You know what else as well is the deep poverty that's always nearby also helps feed that a lot. So I don't want to end up like that. So on one end of the spectrum, you've got all of this wealth that's in your face. And on the other spectrum, you've got all of this poverty that you're like, I'm not trying to be down there. So I'm going to do whatever I can to go up there.
You saw your least know that you need to keep the people in poverty to stay on top. That's why they're doing what they're doing.
So he's a miser. Because they don't have to have it where the people are destitute and are so down bad, like, and they'd still be rich. But that's the spirit of a miser. You want everything to yourself. You ain't trying to break off nothing for nobody else, man. But that's how the system is designed, through the taxes and everything. Like, it's all designed to keep people down and keep people so that you man are running to Dubai to get shot on by some sheep for 20 grand.
In the kingdom,
And there ain't no shortage of people to do it because everyone's desperate to live a lifestyle.
These women are desperate.
Oh, there was a story. Someone she tried to bring it back in cash, but of course you got a 10 grand limit. when you cross it, so she got shouted for nothing.
And you man are talking about she like man ain't over there doing that. That's the thing, like the man them are not them rappers. What they doing over there?
A lot of them,
They're over there getting shot on too.
yeah, that's why Dubai
They're
is
just as fucking desperate as these bitches are.
Yeah. That's why every rapper goes over there.
What are they doing over there?
It's part of initiation that you have to go to Dubai.
They're going over there, and these men are freaky, and these men are, you know, they make your whole hands walking down the street.
All them Diddy parties are happening over there.
And they know that for you, that 40 grand is a deposit on a house, so you take that 40 grand, man, because you're fucked. For them, that 40 grand is nothing. That's like 4 pence.
This is the book Psalms 49 and the start from 16. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. For when he dies, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him.
Yeah, that's right, man. These men are out here, everyone's trying to be rich. This is just a weird society, man. Everyone's trying to be rich because they got all the riches in their face, but they ain't really gonna be rich. But they're gonna sell their soul on the way trying to make it that way. And do all this goofy shit online. Just people doing goofy, making up this, like, fronting online, doing anything they can, desperate, because they're like looking at it like, raw, like, the reality is, for me, the best I'm gonna do is a 30, 40K a year job, if I'm lucky.
And they believe in
And you ain't gonna be living no lifestyle of that. Not in London.
They believe in that YOLO spirit. You only live once, that spirit.
Desperate.
Desperate. That's why
Desperate,
Scripture says, envy not the prosperity of the wicked, man. You're not supposed to be looking at the rich and think, I'll do anything just to get that. No, you ain't supposed to be thinking, having that mindset, man.
The love of money.
Yeah. And this place is temporal anyway. All this shit's gonna go, man. All this shit's gonna fizzle away after the bomb drop. Yeah. None of this is gonna exist, man. In the kingdom, we're gonna be living forever in an eternal kingdom. We're gonna have riches in abundance. We're gonna have everything in abundance, more than your hearts can even wish for.
Without having to debase yourself.
Yeah, without having to debase yourself. Our people are not only gonna be just you. Your people are gonna be right. Your family's gonna be right. Your children are gonna be right. Your women are gonna be right. It's a like the brother said, it's a vibration. It's about the peoples, man, coming back together in righteousness, man.
And I'll just say this as well, man, because you rich people out here, when you get a bit of money, right, you start looking down on people that are not earning so much, right? So you might look at us saying, oh yeah, but you damn bad or whatever, man. But at least we ain't have to degrade ourselves like you did, man. You're a real low life. We ain't low life, man.
It's better to be poor, really.
Yeah, I just told you that.
To be rich.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't realize, that all these guys they see that have been put in position.
I've been put in position.
Man. Not only have you got to compromise your morals, because you know what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing is wrong, man, because once they get in that world, they start realizing they're being told to do certain things. I'm being told, and the reason you're being told is because they want you to influence other people to do something that when they follow you, they're not going to get the results because you're being artificially propped up. You're being like the city girls are artificially being propped up. When these women go out there and go try and be city girls, they don't end up with the money and the glamour and the fame. They just end up done out on the side of the road. Through. You know, these men try to be Rick Ross because you listen to his records and end up with some man with some stinky feet sitting somewhere in a cell. You know what I mean? Like, there ain't no glamour. There ain't no glamour there. You try to copy these man. These man got away with it because they're juiced in. You ain't gonna get away with nothing, man. They just gonna lock you in Belmarsh, and you down, you smoking spice, seeing the mushrooms on the plate are talking to you and shit.
It's like what Kanye said, man. The white man's well, we're the ones that are chosen. These men are chosen, man. It's a small percentage of you, Jake, that could ever be that, right? But they have to choose you, man. You know, the average dude trying to emulate what these niggas is doing, man. You ain't going nowhere.
So, Sirach 11:21. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor.
And that's what it is now. We live in such a nihilistic society. People worship money. They've put the desperation so high, and the covetousness is so high, and you add those two things together, that people justify by money. Money is ultimately the justification for anything. So as long as someone is making money based upon what they do, it is justified. There isn't no morals no more. There isn't no now, but you know what I mean? Like, you can't get that back. Oh, I got to get to that back. And that's what Esau's created, a nihilistic, materialistic, demonic population of people that will do anything for some fucking money to get some materialism, to get products that ain't even really the big part of having wealth. It's not really rich in your life. Because a lot of these men, their idea of wealth is so fabricated, they think having some Louis Vuitton bag means you're wealthy. Having 10 cars. When the real wealthy people don't even roll with Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, at all.
It's the fake wealthy people that's rolling with that.
Yeah. And even if it is Louis, it ain't Louis with the Louis stitching. It's a custom Louis. They've had the designer come to them and make something pattern, and it won't even say Louis anywhere.
But man are selling out their batty for the brands, man.
Yep.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
It's insane, man. This Esau is the devil, man. But it's not like our people weren't told. Everybody knows the Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. But man don't care about the Bible. Because again, the Bible for them isn't a route to get to the back. Because the Bible ain't a route to get to the back, that's why ain't nobody gonna want to listen to us.
The Bible teaches you to be content.
Yeah, if we were out here and we had all fucking the Mayweather diamond chains on there, the channel will be fucking doing up 1 million views right now, and everyone will want to be a Hebrew Israelite.
Coming out. You had that in America with that BMF family, big meats and that, and you had loads of Jakes that basically wanted to live that gangster type lifestyle because they were out there basically like a family, like a group of Jakes that were basically, of course, wicked, but they were basically saying, "You can come join our clique." And
that's what they call themselves, the Black Mafia.
Black Mafia family. You can become part of the mafia and then become a self-made millionaire. But then now they're all washed up in jail, fucked up.
Yeah.
All the way to flew away.
Yeah.
The love of money is the root of all evil, man. That's what the scriptures say, man. You know, labor not to be rich and all that. Envy not the wicked. But like I said, all you do is online is people will say and do anything now for clicks and fame. If they perceive that it could lead to a bag, they will debase themselves. They'll go on a podcast and make up the craziest story. Oh, I drank 10 cups of period blood. They'll just say any crazy shit as long as it gets them some attention. They would have no shame about it. And that's why the whole Diddy thing is a joke to our people. All it is a joke, because the reality is this. The majority of people that's laughing and joking, if they went to a Diddy party and Diddy backed out the baby oil, they would be getting it. They would listen. They'd be spreading it all the way. If it meant that they could live, they could live the lifestyle that they sold treasure. And this is why it's a joke. This is why the whole thing is a joke and ha 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 ha. Oh, the diddler, the diddly, and there's like a million different flipping jokes about a situation where sodomism and witchcraft is being involved, and no one's even thinking to themselves, right? If all this is going on, then maybe all this music was some bullshit for us to consume. And maybe that's a serious thing.
That shows you that Jake's too far gone.
Maybe this shit was a weapon that was being used against us, and that's a serious thing. But it's a ha-ha joke, because all you, man, would be at that party getting bust down by Diddy, man. Because that's all you really care about, man.
No integrity.
You got no integrity and no morals, man. You just got morale.
We've got a quick study from the McKinsey.com on they call it black consumer spend. Which then it reads, Black consumers' collective economic power is set to expand from about $910 billion in consumption dating back to 2019 to 1.7 trillion by 2030. Quick couple of skimming. Black consumers are a major part of the American economy, spending more than circa 1 trillion on goods and services annually.
But you live for bread and circus, man.
Yeah.
You're distracted by so much. You're not doing nothing serious, man. All you do is spend money.
You know, that goes back to a guy, I think Du Bois, he wrote the book about the black bourgeoisie. And it goes back into how, you know, Jake didn't value themselves, so they put value in material things, status. So because everyone desires status, that's a natural thing. But for instance, in a righteous society, your status is supposed to be linked to your behavior. You know, like for instance, like you're a prophet, you're a wise man, you're a spiritual man. Status. You know what I mean? Like when you got a society, you want the things that are high status to be what is positive, because you want people to want to be that. So for instance, like warriors. Yeah, oh, yeah, man. So because you need warriors. It's like, okay, the young boy growing up, yeah, he sees that Abner and them, and I got a high status. I want to be like Abner and them, so I'm gonna train hard. So when the heathen, you're aspiring, and the status is supposed to be attached to something. Oh, that guy's great. He's a wise man. He got a high status. So I want to be like him. So I'm gonna learn and aspire to be wise. Oh, that's a spiritual man. Man, respect him because he's keeping the laws. So I want to keep the laws like him, so I can get that high status.
That's even in the prophecy, you know, what you're saying. It says you're going to seek to the renowned men.
The renowned, exactly, the renowned men of status. But in our society, what we've done is we've attached status to simply the materialistic world. So in order to be of status in our society, you literally just have to have the appearance of having money. It's got nothing to do with who you are, which is why amongst us, like if you look at other people, high status individuals are like doctors and people that actually do something and then they have money. Among Jake, it became as long as you got money, you got status.
Well,
And then you could be a rapper.
And Shane's a great example, right? Because what has he really done? He pimped out some women. He won some championships as a kickboxer. But what is he known for? Just having money and Bugattis and shit.
Yeah.
And talking shit. Or he played chess. You know.
Now, in somewhere like Japan, he wouldn't be considered high status. You know what I mean? They wouldn't consider that guy high status no matter how much money he has, because they value different things. It's all based upon what you value as a people. And our people don't value righteousness, intelligence, wisdom. They just value money.
Yeah.
So you could be a crafty. This is why among our people, you could be the lowest of the lowest of the lowest that's destroying your own community. And as long as you can get the money from it, that can buy you the flashy car, that can get you all the luxury items that you can surround yourself with. Yeah. And that's what's wrong with our people, man. And then the prophets are here, and because we don't have the status symbols that Jake looked to, that's why man will cast them down.
Yeah.
Because Jake doesn't value what? The spiritual things. They don't value, those things are of no value to them. They value, they're not the highest value. When we got the thing which is supposed to be of the highest value.
Yeah.
The knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the Heavenly Father. Well, for Jake, we ain't got enough change for it.
Yeah, we ain't got enough visibly. I just want to read this real quick. Ecclesiastes 39.
And if you say anything against these niggas and the wickedness they do, you're a hater.
You hating that.
Can I get something?
Go ahead.
This is from Sirach, the 13th, verse 21. A rich man begins to fall is held up for his friends. Right? So you got even people, Diddy, right? People trying to spend him and shit. Oh, it can't be true and all this shit. Right? Because they idolize these niggas, man. Wrongfully.
Yeah.
Just because man's rich. Because he made a couple of bangers or whatever. They idolize the dude, man.
Making some bangers.
Oh, Kells was another one because he was in court a while ago as well. Yeah, none of the shit.
Yeah.
So they're part of the gods of this world.
Yeah.
Yep. False reality.
Says, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. When a rich man is fallen, he have many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, yet men justify him. The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuked him, rebuked him too. He spake wisely and could have no place.
Yeah, like if you do something wrong and you got money, people will like brush it to the side.
Yeah.
But if you ain't got no peas, them man are quick to throw you under the bus and they'll forget about you. And that's another thing. All you got to do look at Cartel. Free Barabbas and all that business. Like,
People come out of jail early.
you know what I'm saying? Because why? Cartel had that status, man. So they were all talking. And then the latest thing that happened with him, he got a white girl from Britain, right? And all them Jamaican girl were trying to dun her out because she just wearing like football. She just dressing
Plain
like
clothes,
football shirts and all that, yeah. And he said, not everybody no one dressed like a whore like you.
Wait.
Yeah.
Switching up his style now. Well,
But guess what? What does that show you? The whole time he's been promoting to these gals to dress like a whore and act like a whore. But in reality now he don't want them. Showing you it was all these men are agents that are set up to degrade and destroy. They will promote things that even they don't really want for themselves or for their children. But he's on the payroll, and that's why they freed him. So he can continue. Teacher. The teacher. Where he said it himself, I am the shepherd. We got to get the scripture on the shepherd. He said it himself. The people are sheep. I am the shepherd, and they are the sheep. He said they're easy to lead. Cartel said that they're easy to lead.
So he knows what he's doing.
He knows exactly what he was doing, man. because they use that dancehall to degrade Benjamin, man. To degrade Benjamin and turn Benjamin into a beast. We're following what? Nihilism. Money and pussy and everything that's materialistic. Lust, carnal, but no spiritual, no integrity. And the only thing they were against is snitching. So you could kill Granny and kill everyone, but the worst thing you could do is tell on a murderer. That's the worst thing you could do. And then they turn around and they back in Batman because they don't talk against Batman no more. But they could say bun the snitch, kill the snitch. But the Batman thing, they said, no, we can't disrespect Batman no more. So they're pushing that.
Yeah, but being a snitch, puts them at a detriment. Because their man do something, a man I see.
You can't
They
tell.
don't want to be implicated. So if you snitch, you got to get done.
You can't
You know what I'm
talk.
saying?
You can't talk. You know what I mean? So, hey man, Jake.
One more verse.
Yeah.
Verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. If the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help him to overthrow him.
And that's really the prophets. That's why a lot of people ain't gonna, but that's all right. We're not here to market ourselves to appeal to the carnal, nihilistic vibration of this world. Because that's what they want. Like, if we were coming out here with the big diamond chains and looking like we're looking like $1 million, yeah, then Jake would want to listen, but they're not listening because they care about Yahweh Shai or the word. They're listening because they see something that they want, yeah, and they want to partake in it with their eyes.
But they look at you like a gate to achieve that.
Yeah,
You know?
but it's not really about the essence of what we're dealing with, which is Yahweh Shai. And you got these Hebrew Israelite camps like IUIC. They have been guilty of pushing them kind of vibrations. That's why they wear the gold. The whole purpose of wearing the gold and the purple and we're kings in the building is they're selling a lifestyle. We're not here to sell you a lifestyle. Yes, we'll tell you that we're kings, but what we're telling you is you got to be a king in here first. It's not about the outward. Oh yeah, like what do you think makes a king? The clothes he wears or what's inside? Yeah, the garments. Which is it? The garments on the outside, or if you take a pauper and put a king's garment on him, is he kingly now?
The examples when I forget who it was, but someone in the leadership of the IUIC, right? The whole thing with the pocket, right? Here it is. They had access. That wasn't what a king would do. That wasn't righteous. When they would just going into a man's wallet, right, and then abusing that. Well, that was wicked, man.
But they're about the money, and that's why they like to call us bums. Yeah. Because when a man's talking like that, then you understand what they value, where they put status. It's not by the wisdom or the understanding or the spirituality of man. It's about the clothes he's wearing.
Man, they're trying to present themselves as a PC Israelite, more worldly. That's why their appearances, you can put a razor to your head, everything lined up, and then you can wear all this, bravado, have the broader phylactery.
Yeah, because you got to look like an R&B fucking singer, of course. But guess what?
Marching with 2,000 man down the
You're not going to get the people that's sincere, that's really about. Well, the main thing that's supposed to draw people to this truth is the truth itself. That's the status. That's the value. That's the treasure that's at the center. You're trying to put something else trying to draw people in with something else. We're not trying to draw you people in. Listen, if you don't want to turn the video off, man, there's plenty of content out there for you to watch here. If you value something else more than the word of the Heavenly Father, that's fine. Go do that. We're not trying to force no man to join so you could give me money. I don't give a fuck about your money, man. Or your shalams. To be quite frank, we're here for the edification of the elect. And the elect are not going to be edified by superficial and materialistic things. You're going to be edified by the Spirit of the Lord, by the word.
It's the book of John 6:25 we start. And when they had found him on the other side of the sea, they said unto him, Rabbi, when comest thou hither? Yahweh shall answer them and said, Very, very, I say unto you, ye seek me, not because ye saw me the miracle, but because ye did eat of the loaves and you were filled.
You've got something to satisfy your carnal desires, man. Yeah. That's what these people are really about. That's why they gravitate to groups like IUIC, because there's an image or something attached to them that it does something for them.
That's why they're doing all that extra shit. Yeah. Now, we're not saying that you can't help people. That's not what we're saying. You can help people or whatever, man. But a lot of the extra 501c3 programs they're doing is simply to draw people in to increase their numbers. Yeah. But and they don't care whether those people are sincere or not.
As long as it's about bringing
yeah.
in money.
But that's why they had the. Listen, that's why they had all of that bad fish. I mean, how are you gonna have a man in your congregation sitting next to a man whose wife he's committing adultery with? You know what I'm saying? You know, that's all.
To them, as long as you're black,
Yeah.
you know, you
That's it. Yeah.
can come to the Passover.
What did you
Women.
Yeah.
Listen, you ain't coming into the street to get no woman. And they were telling women come to the Passover, they can get one of these killers. What the fuck is he talking about? Killers, man. Kind of WWE
Which one of
bullshit
these
you talking about, man?
got bodies on you, man?
Oh, you can get. That's what they said. They said you can get one of these killers. What the fuck is he talking about? Because they're trying to be them tough guy spirits. That tough guy spirit, man. That status that comes with being a tough guy.
We've never been a weak Jew.
Yeah, and all that stuff. Yeah. Because they want that status that comes with being a tough guy, or the status that comes with being a money. What about the status that just comes with the truth? How about you just come into the truth because you believe in your Awashai and you believe in his sacrifice, man, and you seek redemption. But that's not enough for them.
And we're gonna find out how tough you guys, man, when the MOTV comes out, man.
Yeah, they're gonna be the first.
Well, they were.
to line up.
We found out how tough they were when the
Years ago,
scene thing came out, and the man sat there and got juked up because they were scared of the flu.
Yeah, they was dying to go and get that jab.
Literally.
You know, you same thing with these Sikari cats, man.
Well, you get back him. He's already trying to promote. He's
They're
gone
trying to
back
be cool.
He's gone back to promoting the gangsters and all that shit.
Yeah, because they're
Gangster
trying to be
paradise.
cool.
Bloods in the
They're
creek.
trying to find an angle because they put status in that gangster shit, and everyone could see that. And we've all been there. The gangster shit was cool. I'm not gonna lie, the shit is cool.
Yeah.
When you're growing up, you're a young man. Niggas, yeah, man. You know, you see the man doing the crip walk and all this shit. You know, that shit's cool.
That's Corinthians though.
Yeah.
When I was a young man, I did.
But guess what, man? You gotta escape, like you said. You gotta escape that. It's not cool.
That's part of the world, man.
But they're trying to be cool. And he always been trying to be cool. That's why he called himself Sakari. Why are they called the Sakaris? The Sakari goes back to a group of assassins, man. That's what them man, the Spanish man that's chopping off heads, they call Sicarios. The reason you call your group Sakari is because you wanted to look cool.
Yeah.
It's just like when you go online and gaming, you try to come up with a cool name.
Yeah,
You don't call yourself like Ice Cream 103. You might call yourself Butter Man. Butter Dan or something. You know, something. It sounds cool.
Nigel Bentley, the Dark Destroyer.
Yeah. You're trying to give that image. You want that gangster image. That's it. You've always been on that.
That's why he called himself Gorilla.
You like the idea of being a gangster rapper, man. So you start, because that's what you give status to. You took the truth and tried to mold that in. That's why you can wear fitted caps.
Get the Jericho hair.
Man changed up the whole doctrine so you could wear a fitted cap because your head top was looking crazy. Because the world don't like when your head top looks crazy.
I got
He's got that penguin shit going on. You know? And he calls himself delirious. When you look at that word delirium in the etymology, it means a guy that strays away from the straight king.
And you change, and this is the problem. You can't change up the scriptures to suit the world, man.
Yep.
Just because your head, listen, what?
Hey, we're meant to be bringing all things into subjection.
Yeah.
That's what we're meant to be doing. Through this word, bringing all things into subjection.
Yeah.
Not the other way around, man. The world is not going to be affecting what we're doing.
And that's why I said he don't agree with the word of Paul.
Yeah,
Paul
yeah.
exposes all that Greek shit that he's doing.
He wants his head top to look correct, doesn't it? Right.
Head top.
But what is my head top looking correct?
Got to do with the truth.
Got to do with the truth.
Yeah.
Is a man gonna reject the truth that he heard? What is it? Have we still got the scripture about a sheep heareth my word?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, is a man gonna reject the truth because my head top looking crazy?
bro, just take all the hair off, bro. You know what I mean? You got enough hair, just take it off, bro.
John the
We'll
Baptist.
go there, we'll get there eventually. You know
John
what I'm
the Baptist not a man of the law because he didn't wear king's garment. He wore camel skin.
Yeah.
He
He
was
weren't
living
trying
in
to
the
look cool.
wilderness.
He weren't trying to look
saying?
cool.
He went crazy with that.
He was looking rough and rugged, man.
But these men want to look cool. They want to deal with the status of the world. Whatever the world puts at a high status, now you're trying to mingle your way in. So if I put you next to a rapper, they really don't. You just look like a rapper. You act like a rapper. You act like a gangster rapper, just with some fringes on.
Yeah.
Like you in a gang. You rolling around with straps. Why? Why was you rolling with straps? Because you know that makes it. Oh yeah, them niggas got the tall on them. They got the sticks.
Yeah.
That's really what it was all about. Because guess what? You didn't need them sticks. Because if we operate teaching this word without sticks, it's not like we're getting robbed left, right, and center, and getting shot and killed left, right, and center. Like, man, don't need sticks.
Even if we were,
You know?
right? We went to suffer persecution, man. These man ain't looking to suffer at all. You know, things are gonna happen, man.
Now they might bring out the scripture where they say, "I'll take 2 swords." Yeah, because them man were traveling through no man's land. But you man are just on some street corner somewhere in a city somewhere. You could just post up somewhere. You don't have to be in the middle of a man's fucking drug spot, man. There he's selling crack.
Or the petrol station. One time they were preaching in front of the petrol, they got into drama. Why are you preaching in the
Wasn't
petrol
necessary.
station? Went round a bunch of
Who was
niggas.
that? Was that IYC?
Oh, it was a Ferrari.
Yeah,
They got into like shootout and shit.
Hey, if the gang nigga has a territory, let them have it, man. If the Lord want people to come and get this truth, He will lead them on the path, man. But they were just trying to be cool, man. We know what it is. We know you, man. You want to be a cool nigga, that's cool. But that don't make you a man of the Lord.
And continue to say what? Labor not for the meat which perishes, but for that meat which endures unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him as Most High the Father filled.
There you go. So what's most important is this truth, this understanding, this wisdom, this knowledge. And that's what we push out there. We're not going to, push out other things and put them before this. Like, I mean, what did it? Cesare says, I know there's things bigger, there's greater things than the ministry. You're talking about fucking like programs and business and all that shit. Than God, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he said something. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, that shows you where their mindset is at. That, what does the scripture say? The beginning of pride is when one's heart turneth away from his maker. Them man have fallen onto pride. So now them man, like, the ministry of the Lord ain't enough. They're using the ministry as a vehicle to do their own thing.
But that's why they do want to do these stupid debates now.
Yeah. But he's
There's
gonna
another
serve
money
money.
racket. Yeah.
What, you're putting up money for a debate? Like, what's going on? 'Cause what does that sound like? Battle rap.
Yeah, battle rap.
It's basically like battle rap. Yo, man, I got to put up that the Cassidy. You got, because that's how it works. If you're gonna put on an event, man's gonna be paid to be there, and then man are gonna sell tickets, so you're gonna get a promoter. So basically, it's gonna be for profit.
Yeah,
it's gonna be for profit because it's like boxing. You're gonna be able to promoter. Listen, you're gonna get paid this. You're gonna get paid that. I'm gonna get the referee. I'm gonna get the venue, and obviously we're gonna put the tickets in. And the bigger you are as a draw, meaning the more followers you got, the more money you can get in these debates.
entertainment and shit.
And that's why they're all concerned about their own numbers, man, their own growth.
Bro, it's
It's the
crazy.
same shit they got from the Black Unconsciousness, Sarnetta and them. That's what they got into.
That racket.
Yeah, that racket. And now they want to follow that trend. And that shit got put to death, man. Like, that shit got played out after a while. No one's going to them stupid debates. So what is this? All of this contention for nothing, man.
What? So if you do that debate, all of a sudden you think them man are gonna then, because you did that debate, believe that? No, all you gotta do is do a video and tell the truth, and then man can watch it, and if they want to believe, they can believe. You don't have to debate and go and get money to debate a guy.
And then he said he wanted to debate for 2000 or whatever. Then he retracted in that next video, saying I didn't want to debate Nate. I was just putting it out there for everything. Fuck the debates, man. All that shit is strife as well.
Pride. It's pride.
Pride,
It's man's
vanity.
egos and their pride, man.
Bullshit.
Go on,
Debaters, man.
It's from Luke chapter 16, verse 9. And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon of unrighteousness, that when you fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitations, man. You're aligning yourself with the riches of this world, man. You're serving mammon as an idol, because you worship money more than this truth, man. More than the Most High. And it's evident for all of us to see.
The Lord said in the last days, man, some are going to depart from the faith. You can see the spirit in the air now. Like, even in Israel, the spirit in the air right now, apart from the apostles and elders, the real men of the Lord, that are just sticking down and sticking to the doctrine. Jacob is falling away, man. Jacob is just fumbling straight. They're getting worldly, man.
They're on their own thing.
Yeah,
They're on their own. They took this ministry and tried to turn it into their own personal engine for their own pride and ego, and it's clear.
Yeah.
Nate did that with IUIC because they sold out, and ICBK they sold out. Now Sakari, they're just some young. I don't know whether they sold out, whether they're just some young dumb niggas, man.
Genesis is
But either of them is just as bad as each other. I know Nate and ICBK sold out because they got the 501c3 charter and them goofy MOTB breakdowns that they got from them Jesuits, man. But anyway, yeah, we got the shepherd thing.
Yeah. John 10, starting 7. Then said Yahweh Shai unto them
And
again.
all the thing that man can say, oh, GMS rape. That's all that man can talk about. And even to this day, no one from GMS has been arrested for rape yet. But they're captured. Their camps have been in all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Bitches get kidnapped and killed. Oh, they're rapists. Joy Morgan. What happened to Joy Morgan? People getting gold missing and all that. They're pedophiles. So let me ask you a question. Like, do you kill homosexuals? You do that? Lord. You go around killing homosexuals? No, you don't. Why not? Because you know you need to obey the law of the land. So why are you accusing us of dealing with like underage girls? You know it's illegal. But we will tell you what the scriptures say on the matter. So why is it you can't understand that what we're telling you is what's in the scripture and historically factual? This is the worst thing about it. This is not even just us. You could go into any historical document and it will show you prior to around 100 years ago, throughout the entire world, the age of consent laws ain't what you're dealing with now. You're dealing with a very modern version for the modern concept. And they're just jumping on us like we just came up with it yesterday.
Japan literally changed their age of consent like it was 13 up until like 2 years ago. Man.
See? But you know, they trying to use that, the world, and that shows you they're using the world against us because they know that if you're in the West, you have a certain social, you know, conformity. So they're trying to use that against us, man. And that's why Apostle Tahar went so hard on it. Because he was thinking, what the fuck? Bro, it's in the scriptures, man. And you guys are making it work. You acting like we're just running around moving mad. Like, yo, bro, it's just in the scriptures, man.
They're using it to persecute us, man.
Chill, my nigga, man. We wouldn't even be talking about it that much if you weren't talking about it, man. Because it's not that deep, yeah? But you lot had to blow. That's the only thing you have to try and bring us down.
Elevate yourself.
But all you're doing is the Lord is using you to test our integrity. And that's why when you were trying to press Apostle Tahar, he doubled down. He's like, to hell with you. If it was in the scriptures, it's what's in the scriptures, man. But what are you going to do about it? And then they even took that and tried to run with it. So, bro, you guys are idiots, man. But then you're meant to be gangsters and G's and brave. You ain't brave.
This is Acts 20 and 27. But I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High.
We gotta let it be known. This is how it is in the scriptures, man. The whole rape thing, we break down rape perfectly and show you exactly what it's all about. It's really a matter of adultery. It comes down to a matter of adultery or not. And then if the rape happened, this is how it is dealt with in the scriptures. No one ain't telling you to rape. No. It's a law. And no one ain't the law. Yeah. Telling you one of the laws. And no one ain't saying that was just how every man would just. Well, the scripture says Judith never got married again. A man wanted her. So how come a man didn't just go and just grab her up and all that? Because it obviously just not a thing that. Oh yeah, everyone's just crazy on some second. Because it was calm down, brother.
It was a high bill you had to pay. Was it like 20 shekels, 50 shekels of silver, something like that? You had to pay. It was a lot.
Like, calm your ass down, man. Like, but the way these guys want to paint it is that we're saying, just run around, just run around and just grab women left, right, and center and do madness. Like, bro, calm your fucking ass down, man. You just being a demon right now, and you know you're being unreasonable. But you're trying to find a way to cast us down, man.
It's Matthew 11 verse 6. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me.
Yeah, you guys are offended, man.
You don't like parts of the scriptures, man. That's why you won't really deal with it, man.
Polite confronted him. He said, "Oh no, when it talks about to lay hold, it's talking about to arrest." But even Polite cut Safari on that, man. Yeah, he cut him. Yeah, lay hold. Yeah, that's talking about bride kidnapping, and it's something that happened. Benjamin did it. Yeah. In the scriptures, they did it on mass. Women of Shiloh. Now, am I saying that's how every man got a wife and that was, if you were living in a village, that's what man do. Grab up a woman everywhere. Like, no, man. Like, you had brothels, man was spit game to women. That's in the scriptures too. That's spitting game, in tights. Obviously, it's like, bro, you might, what do you think this is? If you're in people lived in villages where everyone knew each other. Like it wasn't something that was just a go-to thing. Man would just run around and just grab women up and in the party and just calm yourself down. It's just the law that if it happened, there you go. Right? then obviously he would have to marry her and pay the dowry, and life goes on. But you, man, had to use it against man like a demon. But showing you guys are not fit to be kings anyway. You're not fit to be administrators of the law of the Most High anyway, even though you're talking the law of the Most.
And back in that time, that the fathers would be betrothing their daughters and all kinds of young ages, man. That's in the scriptures. Are you offended by it? Evidently you are, but that was something that we would do.
And another thing, that's a modern day. Being offended by that is a modern day demonic concept. They hate the idea of arranged marriages, where the patriarchy, where the family would be in control of the union, which is better.
But in this day, she's got to be 25. She got to have sex with like 20 different men at least. So she need experience, right?
Because when a woman chooses her own husband,
they've
never made a mistake before. That's never gone wrong. But they'll show where
they're broken by this point. They're already fucked up by this point.
They'll show you where an arranged marriage went wrong. So that means all arranged marriages are demonic. But then they'll never point out where a woman has picked the man on her own and it went wrong.
Married two, 3 times.
But you see, that shows you that they're not doing what Romans the 12th chapter said. Be ye not conformed to this world. But then they're the number one Hebrews out there.
Real quick. So I looked up how much was 50 shekels today. Right,
Inflation's mad.
Yeah, so it comes across, just put a rough article, a number. It says this Wikipedia article about shekels has these sentences that might help you figure out how much 50 shekels is worth. So the Code of Hammurabi, circa 1800 BC, sets the value of unskilled labor at approximately 10 shekels per year at work. So 50 shekels for that would have been like that's 5 years of work.
Well, Jacob had to serve 7 years.
Yep.
For Rachel and Leah, 14 years old. So that would make kind of a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's because in the ancient world, getting a wife wasn't just like going out on a Friday night and buying 2 drinks, innit?
Yeah,
it was actually it was a serious matter that's why you was really built up when you got a wife. You weren't like, some
green ass.
Put it this way, if it was how it was in the ancient world, like a lot of men that's got like 6 baby mamas wouldn't have one. Because you'd be broke ass nigga. If you really broke, you wouldn't be struggling to get a wife, bro. Because it was, you had to have shit, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the point. Is these dudes, regardless of all that, they tried to use that against us, showing you that they're demons. And that's all it proved to me, that you're demons. You're trying to demonize us based on what's on the scriptures. When it don't get more demonic than that.
Well, could you say some preaching was Yahweh Shai for envy and strife, man? That's what you bring that up to call strife and contention.
Akal, he posted it again the other day. He posted it again, trying to talk. I challenge you on this rape thing and all that, bro. You don't need to challenge me on no rape thing. Man. Don't challenge your mother.
You ain't got the understanding. You're an idiot.
I don't give a fuck. You man are already dirt to us anyway. You fitted cap wearing demon, and we don't want to be friends because I don't need no friends from you. So I don't give a fuck, man. You can go suck your mother, man. I tell you straight up and down, man. Because you're a demon, and you know that you making those allegations as brothers with children. And you know, like people can try and use that to say, like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing, man? That's demonic, bro.
Defamation of character.
When you know we ain't doing no crazy stuff. So why are you saying all that, man? Anyway, go on, man.
This is back in John 10, verse 7. Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture.
Right, so that life that we all want to live is only through Yahweh Shai. Going back to what we was talking about before, it's not going to be through all these different avenues that they put out there in the world. Kamala Harris and Trump, the election. Or if I listen to The Rock, if I just listen to The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. If I pay 20 grand, if I join Andrew Tate's fucking Top G program, that's gonna lead me into the path that I need. No, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is the way and the only way. Right now, here you're just trying to survive day by day and retain your integrity, man, as much as possible, and retain your faith. That's really what the goal is day to day, in this world is to retain your faith in your Hawashai. Really. Ultimately, that's what it is. Now, yeah, you're going to try and do your best, get a decent job because you need money per se to survive on a day-to-day business. But you're not trying to translate this kingdom into the kingdom of heaven. That's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to find your paradise here.
Yeah.
You got to count this kingdom a loss, man.
So we go Proverbs 30 and
They talking about building supermarkets and malls. These niggas want to build Judea. That all it is these dudes want Judea all over again. The Lord ain't building Judea, man. The Lord went with Judea. Judea got destroyed. Judea was a Roman province. It had a Roman. They had a few fringes on. That's it. They had a few fringes on. They had a few sacrifices going, but it was a Roman province.
Yeah.
These men want Judea in America. They want a so-called Jewish kingdom within the Roman kingdom. We're not trying to build Judea all over again.
That's why they don't mind having Trump in office. Basically, they want the Herodians all over.
Yeah, the Herodians, man. That's what they want. And that's why they're going to take that trip. Oh, yeah, they're going to take that trip. Because they worship the image of the beast. Romans 13, Whereas we're like, we're at the end of this kingdom, on Rome. We're just here. We're here for a short time, not a long time. Do you know what I mean? We don't give a damn about all that. We're not trying to build Judea. We want Yahushua to come and build the proper kingdom. I don't give a fuck about building no supermarket. No mall. College. Hebrew mall or Hebrew college. As if Esau is just going to allow you to have that uninfiltrated and it's just going to be edification. And Esau's going to be like, what are you doing? Write that shit out. Well,
you pay taxes too.
You'll allow them to build it because they'll be fucking people up. Stealing people's money and all that.
Proverbs 30 and from 7. 2 things have I required of thee, deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food convenience for me.
Yeah, just the convenience of the food and the daily life is what you got to do. But dudes are talking about, how the next thing you know, it's going to be mentorship programs. I think I heard something about that. They're going to make you pay for mentorship programs. Basically, the whole manosphere thing, but in the Hebrew Israelites. So, you want to have a one-to-one with the elder? Okay, that's just going to be $15.99 a month, yeah? And you're going to get two 30-minute calls and all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
And they're gonna be so busy with that, they're not gonna go out no more and teach no more.
The manosphere was the biggest. It's the biggest scam there's ever been. They just get all them young, impressionable males to give them up their fucking money, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, this course and that. But that's what they do. They sell in courses.
Be a man course.
Buy the scripture says, buy the truth and sell it not, man. We don't charge you for nothing, man. We put in all the work and the labor, and we do it for free, man. You want to see a day in my life?
I already know what that's like. They're not excited about our lives, man.
That's what you did. You think the day in my life, day in the life. Like, who the fuck are you, man?
Yeah, that's it. You know what it just means? It means people that are watching him are probably just simped, bro. Yeah. Who the fuck wants to watch that anyway?
Yeah, but the fans, you're like their favorite rapper, right? He's a cult of personality, I can't.
Lest I be fool and deny thee and say, who is the Lord?
These guys, they're becoming full, man, full of this wealth, full of the BS. And now they're denying the Lord. A lot of these guys are teaching, we don't know the name, we don't have the Hebrew and all that IUIC. No, these guys are denying the Lord, man. Well, because of that money.
Or maybe you spend more time in the scriptures, you might find it.
The woman come asking him, what's the name of the Lord? The Lord's got many titles. She didn't ask you about any titles. She asked you what was the name of the Lord, demon. The Lord's got many titles.
Trying to cut through.
She asked a plain question, what is the name of the Lord? Oh, the Lord's got many titles. No, she didn't ask you that, bro.
Yeah.
She asked you what is his name.
Yeah.
Christ has got many titles.
Yeah.
Man didn't say what's the title.
Yes.
What's the name?
What's the name, man? There's only one true name. Acts 4 and
It's
12.
like Parian.
Given among men. So what is the true name in the Hebrew? Because his name is not English, man. You guys won't push it because your leader, your sanctified leader, is a demon, man, and he's sold out to the fucking elites, man.
They know
Not to teach the name.
They know there's power in that name.
There's power in that name, man.
Name of the, let me get it.
But you can't get Nate's. You can't get Nate's name wrong, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You saying if you get Nate against Nate's wrong, you don't get his name right. You gotta put respect on the bishop's name. You can't put respect on the Most High and the Son's
Crazy.
name.
And
man.
even he himself said that he made one of the best videos breaking down the name of the Lord.
2 hours long, you know that.
The Proverbs 18 and 10, it said the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous running into it and is safe.
You motherfuckers ain't safe, man.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be safe when the time of trouble comes, man.
Yeah, and that precept proves that we've got the name now, because none shall make him afraid in the kingdom. So what are we going to be running from in the kingdom? I mean, you know the name on this side.
Acts 4 and 12, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
But we don't know it.
Don't know.
Right? We're in the dark about it. We don't know. So
Even the ministry, we preach in the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's why we start our videos, man, so that people will know.
Yeah.
Like, that's who we come in the name of, man, what we represent. Because the world needs to know. That's right.
Yeah.
So that when the great events that happen through us prophesying, they know that they accredit it to the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right. Because they're going to be like, nah, the Muslims weren't talking about this. Nah, Christians weren't talking about this. So like, Antichrist weren't talking about this.
Even the Jake the other day, slightly on the video, he came up and said on the video, remember them Hebrew Israelites that used to be out there on the highways and hedges? A lot of them things that he used to say are starting to come true.
Yeah.
And they're going to realize that. Ezekiel 33 and 33, then you shall know the prophet has been among them. And they're going to know the name because we've been pushing the name as well.
And you know what? Especially the MOTB, I know you be speaking to people in the world. You may not even mention it. And some people say that they're going to put chits in people. It's such a scoffing point for people in this world.
oh, the scorpions are heavy back in the day.
Yeah.
They're less now.
Yes, now, yeah.
They're less now. Because they haven't actually
Coming
faced
to
certain
fight,
things
exactly.
that are happening now.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, maybe your dog could buy you some land.
You know?
Hey, name's a demon, man.
But
Yeah.
hey, the MOTV's here, man. The technology's here. Right, when you see what's happening, and this is the thing, right? It's not just in America and the UK. It's happening globally. It's happening within countries.
That's the scary thing.
Yeah.
It's not just something that's happening in one location.
Yeah.
This is a global plan that's
Global
happening
thing,
right
yeah.
now.
Even countries that have been so-called left behind, the third world, they're all working on the technology, right? All countries, including your country that I'm so-called from, Zimbabwe. It's a dirt poor country, man. Yeah, they've got the biometric passport now, right?
Because that's the most important thing that they need.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's not dealing with the famine in the land or anything, or the war.
They
You know,
must need ID passport.
they must need the biometric
Because
passport.
they're introducing like an international standard. So if you want to travel to Europe, you want to do these things, and you have to have it.
That's it.
I've got a scripture real quick. We could keep going into the MOTV if you want to as well. Psalm 91 and 14. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he hath known my name.
Yeah.
He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and shew him my salvation. So it shows you we're gonna know the name in order to call upon. In fact, that's in whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.
And this comforts us, man. Knowing the name comforts us.
Now we ain't saying that okay, so you watch the video and you hear the name, and then it's just like okay, just no, obviously it's not just like you know the name. You have to believe.
Believe that he is.
Yeah, that's why the ministry is there to edify you, to build up your faith and your belief. Like, but that's what they're trying to make it look like. Oh, they're just saying,
Well, they're not faith-based. They're not faith-based, right? We're the faith-based Israelites, right? They will mock that.
And they don't understand those two names are the keys to the kingdom, man. It's like having the keys to the city. Because we're in the times of desperation and depravity, and when all hell breaks loose, like say like a hurricane happened in London, the UK and all that. Those names are going to be imperative in the time of Jacob's trouble, man.
Yeah.
And all you people out here panic buying, you're going crazy. The men of the Lord, we're going to be humble, man. We're going to be sober-minded because we're going to have the names, man, that we truly believe in.
When the scripture speaks about the angels going through the city and smiting people, but touch not those that have the name of the Lord and the Spirit in their head, right? Because the hurricanes are those just exactly that those types of things, right? The angels are doing all these things, right? So if judgment comes and the Lord is like, oh, that's the man, the Lord right there, like don't touch him. Them hurricanes are gonna be coming for you,
man.
You know what I'm saying? So those things are important because when judgment is, it's gonna come, man. The Lord's gonna also protect His elect because they have the seal.
Well, I don't know about now, but I remember a few years back. The years is blurred, so I don't even fucking remember how far. But I remember I was watching a video. Remember, they used to call us conspiracy nuts, right? Yeah. Because obviously we always used to talk about martial law. Not we always used to. We still do. Martial law. Yeah, all of that, like all that good stuff. Yeah. And everyone used to get on the apostles and they're talking about the destruction of America, martial law's coming, right? And I remember he said these guys are conspiracy nuts, but they never have a plan. And he said one thing's for sure, if we believe these things would happen, we would have a plan of action. And I started thinking in the spirit, okay, so you're not even that means like in your doctrine, you're not preparing the minds of your congregation that at any time, because listen, it can be at any time. Yeah. The thing about crisis, is okay. Yeah, we have seen certain crises increase slowly and gradually over time. But the thing about a crisis, a proper crisis, is it can go from 0 to. In fact, can we get that in second Esdras? Suddenly. Oh yeah. Suddenly, second Esdras 6. 6 and 22. Yeah. Right. But even you could have a situation where things can go downhill faster than you could prepare. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, that's how things can happen in the world. One, like for instance, them man in certain of them war countries, you could be like 2 weeks ago there was no war, and 2 weeks later there's a war.
Just like the Lebanese, they were saying that. Yeah. They just thought, it was over there in Gaza. They're not going to be affected. They was all chilling. But I saw on. Then all of a sudden, the bare bombs just started going off. They were just eating at a table. Next minute, there was just bare bombs going off. People getting knocked out. Yeah, things can go downhill fast, man. Things can like, especially if we're living in a world where you can like recently you had the TFL cyber attack. That just happened, and it's affecting all the systems. Systems are down. Yeah. You got a thing called Simex that they were running in the UK, which is about the banking system just collapsing. These things can happen, and so really you've got to be in the spirit and the mindset of, anything could happen. Now that don't mean no one's saying act crazy, but I'm saying you got to be ready and prepared. That listen, man, like the Lord can start wrapping this thing up quick.
And it just shows the elites are ready. They're pretty much ready, man.
Anything could happen. That's the kind of mindset you kind of have, like, to prepare yourself. Like, and we tell brothers that, like, okay, you gotta wait for the prophecies, but there's no telling how quickly a prophecy can unfold. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we could be out of here. We could be out of this kingdom in 6 months. We could be out of this kingdom in a year. I don't know. I'm not saying that's how it's gonna be. But I'm saying that the trigger point for when things start going downhill, shit should start going downhill fast, man. Because it tells you about the birth pangs. It's not having closer and closer together, bigger and more painful. You got the scripture suddenly shouted.
6:22. This is second Ezra 6 and 22. Yeah. And suddenly shall the sun presses appear and sun.
Suddenly.
Yeah, that's how the Lord deals with suspense. The Lord ain't gonna. The Lord deals with the element of surprise, man. That's why I said in 2 Thessalonians, man. Go on.
The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
And I'm thinking to myself, you know why them man are not really telling their people? Because I'm just speaking as a man. One of the major roles of the clergy response people is to usher the people into their FEMA camps. That's it. Man. So if you're prepared for yourself, and I'm not saying, look, man, I'm not saying we're relying on self-preparation in terms of economy. I'm just saying, it's in their interest that their people are not ready, so that when the crisis comes, you can more panic them and get them to do what you want.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Because they're going to be looking for solutions.
They're going to be looking for help, and then obviously you got Mr. FEMA. FEMA is going to be there ready to help.
Yeah, just go do this. You know,
And
they're
take
gonna,
this trip, and they're gonna, you know,
because also they were doing the emergency response thing on your phone, right? They will show for emergency
message alert.
yeah alerts, a sound on your phone, right, to alert you for major disruption, emergency, whatever. Because this is gonna classify as one of those, right? So you're gonna get all this information to help on your phone, and because you ain't gonna know what to do, you're gonna be like, well, if I just do this, you're gonna go wherever, you're gonna go do what you want.
And that's what they are gonna do. They're gonna be juiced in with the government to help their congregation get chipped and be put in FEMA camps. The clergy response team, they're part of that system. That's why they have to have a register. That's why they have to know your government name. That's why they talked about if you know that one of their members have a gun, they'll snitch on you, because they're part of what they're meant to do is appraise their congregation, so that when the FEMA guy comes, okay, but these two men over here, they might get problems. So,
Pro and self pro,
no, that's how the thing goes. That's how it goes. But you see, we here at Great Lucerne, we roll in the spirit, and that's what we tell you. We roll in the spirit and be prepared in the spirit for all things, man.
Yeah.
And that's the main form of preparation.
And that's why we have to tell you
this thing.
That's why we have to tell you everything. You can't hide nothing. We tell you the good, the bad, the ugly of the scriptures, man. Because it's all gonna come to pass anyway. So if we don't warn you, the blood's gonna be on our hands, man.
That was what did Paul say. I think Paul said that I shunned to declare all the
Well, Shalom, yeah.
you know, Paul made it well known what was going to happen, man.
Yeah.
The same thing we have to do.
Well, just like the Lord, during the time of before 70 AD happened, he warned the people that it was gonna come. He didn't hide that from them. He told them, look, man, when that time comes, you better flee to the mountain. If you don't stay in the city, you're gonna die. Yeah. That's the times we're coming into, man. Jacob trouble.
How long after that did that happen? That happened
Exactly.
about
40
2 years. Yeah. But then it happened though, and then when it happened, it would have come quick, like
All of a sudden.
March.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So they were talking like them things ain't ready to happen, man. These dudes are just Judas goats, man.
Well, Nate got cut on that. He tried to say Jacob trouble was nothing. That never happened. You know, that's a fantasy.
Morons. Yeah, we're the morons, right?
Then he got cut with that.
Yeah, because they want to get man into that comfortable zone.
Yeah.
Just being a part of America.
Yeah.
Just be a part of the congregation. Just all this shit.
They're not really bothered about Yahweh Shai coming back.
There's no urgency.
We're gonna build a kingdom for ourselves right here. Because when you get big, you gotta build the Esau's paperwork.
Yeah. Gotta get 4K cameras.
Yeah, 4K camera. What the fuck you need a 4K camera for, man?
You know you need a 4K TV.
You don't even need a
to put
camera.
it on.
You just need a mic.
Give it a mic.
Give it a mic. Yeah, you just need a mic. Podcast that, man. What the hell do you need a camera for? People get edified of listening to things.
Now they're gonna see the bishop. They're gonna see the bishop in his
You gotta
glory.
put a name. You gotta put a face to the name. Hey, good, man. Good. There's something else, man. 4K camera. Balling.
1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. For ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief.
Yeah, like see, the average American does not understand what's going to happen in America, because what's going to happen in America is so far beyond. Like, if they understood that, they would leave. They would leave. Man, they don't believe it. There's a lot of people in America right now that they've got the money and the resources that they can literally sell their house, sell everything they have, and move to like Switzerland or somewhere like that. Yeah, and they'll be cool. If they really understood what is going to happen in Babylon, that how the Lord is just going to bring great evil to that place, right? But the thing is, they're not going to, it's going to catch them by surprise, because it's just going to, and then these things are just going to go downhill. And it tells you that in Isaiah 47, They said they shall not know from whence it came. It's gonna be like, right, we were just debating about an election. Like, I didn't really know it was really gonna go like this. People actually areas of America going into complete lawlessness. They ain't really know it in America like that. Like straight up lawlessness, man. People doing Hotel Rwanda type shit going on up in there, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like real massacres, man. 'Cause a lot of these Edomites, listen, I'll be on Twitter. The beautiful thing about Twitter is that algorithm would send you down for some reason, I get all the racist side of Twitter. And I will see these Edomites and the things they're saying and the way they talk about you, Jake. And I promise you, there is a large contingency of Edomites that want to exterminate. Like they're waiting for an opportunity. Yeah. And they will come into your neighborhood with AR-15s and all kind of weaponry, and they will kill you and your children. They see you as an invader. They see you as a reason for the downfall of their society, and they're being reinforced in that belief all day, every day on Twitter, post after post after post. Because I get the posts, and even I'm like, damn, these niggas is not checking. But like,
in their mind, they're like,
fucking and that's John from accounting.
yeah, the average.
It's just Edomites, little fake, names up on the internet, yeah. And it's the same thing in Britain. There's a whole bunch, and I was talking to one guy the other day. I was in a cab, and the taxi driver was talking with another don that I'm working with, yeah. And when I got in the cab, they had to start talking in code, but I understood what the conversation was. And basically, they were talking about, like Romford and all them areas. Oh, everything's changed right there, mate. It ain't like it was before. And I know what they're talking about. Yeah. What they're talking about is there's a lot more ethnicity in there, right? And these are the same man that don't make no mistake. When Tommy Robinson is on the TV and in the internet talking and saying nice an invasion and these man and the crime and this, that, and the other, they're on it. When they're amongst each other, they're like, political correctness. They don't want to say what the problem is. They don't want to say what the problem is. There's a whole bunch of these Edomites that they're just constantly being told that you, Jake, are the problem. You're the problem. You're the problem. And then the algorithm will just feed them with you, Jake's doing stupid things. Even though they're doing it. Yeah, but even though Edomite, I saw one thing look at this gang that was robbing watches and it's bare Somali, man. And I'm like, so what you trying to tell me that in the UK there's no white gang robbing?
You guys just get done in all the time.
But they'll be like, yeah, see? And in the comment world, they'll be like, see? The caption will say, what do you notice about this? And they'll be like, oh,
you ain't there.
And it's just like, bro, but that's what the algorithm's there for. Purposely, Esau sets that up because he wants those type of people to be there. But my point is that when America goes up in flames, you guarantee you there's going to be Edomites that their mindset is literally going to be they will kill your children. They hate you to the point that your children, your babies will be slaughtered. And most people can't put that concept into their minds. Yeah. They don't think that it could be. We'll get that violent.
Like in Palestine right now, right?
Second Ezra 15 chapter.
Yeah, these very, evicting people, man, and dancing in people's houses and stuff, and they had graffiti on the wall, and the graffiti on the wall said,
the only good arrow is
yeah, right? And that's the same mentality of these Edomites, man. A good nigga is a dead nigga.
Bro, in France, all over Europe, you got more and more Edomites that are getting fed up. They're getting fed up with immigration. They're getting fed up with seeing brown people. Yeah. Period. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen when the chaos starts, man?
So, that's why even Trump said, man, there should be a purge for an hour at least. The police should have at least an hour to purge and get the law back in order.
It's not a joke, man. Those movies or series of movies, and like the purge is it's going to be a real thing. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's going to be a real thing. People are angry. Yeah. Because the whole day was about releasing their rage, right? For one day, for 24 hours. You are fucking angry,
it ain't going to be no 24 hours.
No, it's
going to be
permanent.
a prolonged period of chaos.
Yeah. Because there's not going to be authorities to really keep it in check. They can't. They're already struggling now to keep fucking violence and crime in check. Yeah. So when the whole nation goes fucking mad, these men are not going to do too much, man. Let's be real, man. They're going to run into their own lives.
They're gonna be suffering. They're gonna blame you, Jake, man. They're gonna blame you. Oh, it's you Mexicans. All these Mexicans coming in and all these guys coming in from the border, and they fucked up the country. Now all this shit's happening. Like, so it's shoot on sight, man. Yeah. And they ain't gonna care if you're 12 years old. They don't care if you're a granny. They hate the black woman too. They hate everything. They're gonna just kill indiscriminately. They're gonna go in and they're gonna be on it. But that's what the scriptures speak about. Let's get it 2 Corinthians 15. That's Jacob's shopping, man. It's a serious thing. The hate is real. But you see a lot of people they don't they don't understand that because they think Esau's changed. They don't understand that hate is still in him, man. And the same way Esau would go into a village with the natives and kill everyone. People see, they see Esau, man, they think this guy is like this fucking angel of light, man. They don't understand that, bro, this is a real thing. You used to have the Braves would go out, hunt buffalo, and come back to their village, and everyone's dead. That's granny, that's granddad, because they would leave the old there. So they got the granny, the granddad, children, man's wives, the children. The women would be raped. They would actually cut the woman's vagina and take it as a trophy. They would cut. Imagine you come back here and you where your woman's vagina was. There's a fucking man have butchered out, bro. And what that would do to your mind? And then man will get demoralized. It's like, what are we even fighting for now, man? Kill the whole family. And Esau done that wounded me. Esau hasn't changed. There's that same spirit of that murderous nature is gonna come back on Jake. They see what's happening with George Floyd. They're like, wait, what's all this all about, mate? All this, why everyone's rioting over this nigga? They get upset and they get gaslit because they were right. Like, why was everyone so upset about this dude? He was a criminal. Building statues for this guy, and these men were getting hurt. They were getting angry. Like, well, how come they could do it? And when we go out and we want to protest, it's 210 policing, might even know your family. It's 210 policing, and then you got all Tommy Robinson and them all that just planning the flames, man. Hey, man. Jay gonna find out that what the apostles been saying that for years. You're gonna find out that when this devil really show you his horns, when this devil really show you his horns, then you're gonna find out, oh shit, he's a murderer. Yeah, he's always been a murderer. He's always been a murderer. That's what Jay don't understand. He's all gonna show them wrong. Revelation 12 and 12, man. You go, oh yeah, I turn my TV on. Look, they're changing all the characters black. And even I'm upset about that. What's going on? They're doing all that on purpose to gaslight their own people into being angry. They just take some random white character that no one had a problem with being white and turn it into a black woman. They didn't even gender swap. Yeah, they didn't even gender swap. So it'd be like, it was a white man, now it's a black woman in some
transis. Yeah, doing the presidency.
They're getting angry. They're like, hold on, they're trying to erase us.
Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction is nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and sword in their hands.
Now in America, it's even worse because America's got no shortage of weaponry, man. This is the thing what makes America a very special place. If chaos was to occur in America, what makes it special is America's the land of the sword, baby. It's literally the land of the sword. Like here in the UK, there's straps, but it ain't like that.
Not like that. Anytime there's a crisis, the gun sales always go skyrocketing.
In America, there's the public in general, including Jake, has access to a bare guns, bare ammunition, yeah? And that increases the likelihood of death because a gun makes it easy to kill. A gun is easier to shoot someone than it is to stab someone. Shooting is very like impersonal. It's very easy to shoot a baby. It's more difficult to stab a baby than it is to shoot. Or you pull the trigger, okay, and then remove. Yeah. So America is a powder keg of death.
That's why they call it the valley of the shadow of death. It literally is the valley of the shadow of death. Any corner, any time, a stray bullet can just hit you before. And it's gonna get like that.
Yesterday, Oklahoma,
Yeah, I mean, so they're making them some shooting. Yeah, some shooting.
Yeah, there's always a shooting. But imagine now when people are desperate. Imagine when people get lawless. And then you see, man, it's even worse because these people have got demons on. Yeah, homo demons. They're just crazy. Man's gonna be getting men are gonna be getting beaten down, gang raped, all men. So how much more say the women? Them Edomites catch you, boy. Gang rape you, man. Like they did to the Joker.
The Wild Wild West. Man.
You know they done that to the Joker.
The newest one.
Yeah, he got gang raped.
In the
In the prison, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Oh shit.
I didn't watch it, but I heard that's what happened.
Trying to make me sorry.
Yeah, they he got gang raped and then he got killed. They
see the part when they killed him.
They just gaslighting the white American male, and they gaslighting them hard. They were upset as fuck because Joker was like their hero.
Yeah.
But anyway, go on.
They did turn all these things upside down.
Yeah, but it's all a psyop. It's all on purpose. It's all on purpose.
Even him dying at the end, I was like,
yeah. It's the gaslighting, man. Psyop, psychological operation, making these man more angry, make them feel more disillusioned. Yeah. Like, yo, we had a good thing going, and then man just raped and killed, man. Anyway, go on.
For there shall be sedition among men.
There's gonna be sedition. Meaning, and they know that there's gonna be people like the man them that's following Tommy Robinson that fuck the government, you know, fuck them, like they sold us out and all this. They're gonna be acting mad, especially up north. Especially up north, man.
I know what you're talking about. Where the police talking about. The CEOs.
Yeah,
in the showers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, now you remember.
I didn't actually see it. They actually like pull them in there, stripped them, say, take off your clothes.
Yeah, mad. Disgusting. Anyway,
yeah, but yeah.
Right. So especially here in the UK, but also in America. In America, you're gonna have Edomites and Jake and Mexican and different people that are gonna be after the government. Not everybody's gonna be with the government. Stay at home, stay in your houses. The fuck, they're gonna be man that be like, nah, fuck that, yo. We gonna go out there and get what's for us.
Especially of like what they did by letting them know that they were partying over the TV restrictions. Like a lot of people now, if you tell them to stay at home, they ain't listening. Yeah. You know, because they're gonna be like, well, last time you told us you was all right. Yeah, why are we gonna? You know, why?
Some man, if depending on who's in power, they won't listen.
Yeah.
So if you're a Democrat, no, we ain't listening to Trump.
Especially if Kamala's in office.
That's not my president. Oh, they ain't listening to black women. They say, oh, that ain't my president is Trump. You know, the police come out, you ain't upholding the Constitution and all this shit.
Because these governments are so distrust among the people, man. Yeah, it's not on purpose, you know, create chaos, obviously.
Yeah. Certain places, it's gonna be like they control that area. You know, and you're in that area, they're gonna cleanse you out. They're gonna push you out or kill you.
Don't they already have one of them spots? They had one of them.
They tried to have one.
Yeah, tried to. One of the police free zones. Was it Seattle or something like that?
Madness, like. Yeah, and imagine if you're in these mixed communities now, whoever's the dominant is gonna take over that community, and they might just kill you with it. Yeah. And why not? They're gonna think, fuck it, ain't no consequences.
Well, again, back to the Civil War, man. They were locking down certain ends, and you roll through it, man. They're the police. They're the police, bro. So
remember that was in Dark Knight with the scarecrow and them. Yeah, it was putting
with the
chief and all that. They were walking the ice, man. You know what I'm saying? They're putting them to death. Sentence to death. The sentence is death with all that. Yeah, scarecrow villains were putting people to
these
death.
Different gangs, like LA. You can forget about LA.
Chicago.
You can forget about LA. LA is gonna be. And they showed you never Escape from. Remember that old film, Escape from New York?
Like Escape from New York.
The whole thing.
Russell.
Yeah, it's like, well, you can't police that. You just gotta let them kill each other.
Same shit.
It's overpopulated. Too many guns. Too many gangs. Just let them niggas kill each other. Throw a few bombs down there. Let them just. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's gonna be.
Good. Well, Manhattan might be alright because there ain't no gangs up in there. That's what really cool. But LA's just overpopulated and gangs. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So you're gonna have that sedition, man. Fuck the government. All that stuff.
And invading one another, they shall not begat their kings, no priest.
They don't want to hear no politician. They ain't gonna want to hear what the politician says. They're trying to kick at them. That's like I said. That's gonna be in France. All these countries, you're gonna have people that just don't want to hear nothing what the government's got to say.
Because even like you mentioned the movie Civil War, at the end of the movie, what did they do? They assassinated the president. They killed him. They ran into the White House. They broke in there. Those shit.
That's crazy. They wouldn't even get there. But
Having back and forth with the intelligence agency shooting up, and they got to the president and whacked him.
The reality is, the way they would manage it is they already know where they're just gonna let these motherfuckers kill each other, and where they're gonna. That's why they have the what's called the continuity of government. There's certain places they know will lock it down for us, and then them other places are no man's lands, and let them motherfuckers just starve because we got all the food anyway. So we're just gonna let them man starve and kill each other.
That's the job of these secret service agencies and stuff, you know, to work out these types of things and look at potential threats and problems.
They're spies, well, even down to the way they allow certain people to move to certain states, certain people are in certain places, so they know how to get things done. Go on now.
And they, cause of their actions, shall stand in their power.
Right, certain places they're gonna have the upper hand in these places, man. And if you're living in that area, you're gonna be at their mercy. Just like if you're in the area where the military is, you're at their mercy. So really, no matter where you are, listen, the Lord better be with you, because they're gonna do what they want to do. So, go on.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Right, you ain't gonna be able to, because the choke points is where they're gonna control. Military can control choke points, the bridges, these things like that. They even show you that in them zombie. The zombie films are probably one of the most best representation of chaos, because the zombies just represent hungry and desperate people. You know, and what do you see in them films, like even the Resident Evil one? They're allowing people to come through into an area, and then they might say, "Nah, we ain't letting no more people come in right now." And the man's like, "No, you need to let it go." He's like, "No, turn around." No. 28 days later, when you had the scene in London where they were locking down the cordoning off the area, you had people coming through. Oh, there's one in the crowd, and he's like, "Okay, oh, weapons free." Man's like, "What? Nah, weapons free." And they had the snipers up on the roof, and anyone on the street, they were just popping their heads.
In one movie, he nuked a whole bunch of people, but it's gone in it. It's there.
Right. But them zombie films, you gotta just forget about and all that zombie, and just picture that those are just people that are hungry or desperate or whatever.
That's how people are going to be reacting.
And then you get around, you run into some zombies, they're gonna attack you because they're hungry and desperate. Moving in groups, might be 5 zombies, might be 100 of them. You don't know.
It just represents the lawlessness.
Lawlessness, desperation.
People gonna be eating each other too. Cannibalism.
Well, what is a zombie? Mindless, meaning they've been brought down to their base needs, which is hunger. That, you know, so when you're in a crisis, like we're gonna read, what does it say? For the want of bread, lack of bread. Man, have been brought down to that base. Man, they trying to be civilized when they're hungry and desperate and scared. We try to work it out. Remember, there was another film with the zombies, and they show you a lot of people in them films. How the people are desperate. They'll try and use your friendliness against you. So I remember I was watching one, and the woman was there driving, and there was another woman there in the road, like, help, and all this stuff, yeah. And the guy was telling her, like, don't stop, just drive. And the woman's like, "Well, she got a baby and all this shit, yeah." And then she stopped the car, and then next man just come with a gun and took everything and left Book of Eli.
I mean, exactly like that.
Setting you up.
Yeah.
Friends shall become enemies. Yeah. Like there's a sickness. Told you that friends shall become enemies. Right? That's it.
Yeah, but there was I forgot the name. It was a good one like that, where they were just making moves, and then it's just craziness happening around. Everyone's backstabbing each other. People were holding up in a houses together that didn't know each other, and then end up killing each other in the house, just through. 3 of us know each other. We all know it. You don't know. We're trying to gang together, but then when the food starts getting low, it's like start looking at each other sideways, like. Hey, there you go.
This in that time, you're going to see the true nature of men on the planet. You know, this is not the loving world that, you know, will make out to you. You know,
but could they not talk about people? ain't really no love. It's all fake. Yeah. People don't really care about no one. They're murderers. They'll do anything to get a leg up. Yeah. You know, and it's just when the desperation comes, you're gonna see that in its fullness, man. Whereas the brothers, we ain't gonna be like that with each other. That's right. We're gonna be there for each other, man, in the spirit of brotherhood, man.
You got something together. You got something together, man.
But these people eat together. These people, man, it's reservoir dogs with them, man. But they're so civil, especially the Edomites. Oh, man. These men are not civilized.
They're gonna show the world that they're evil. You know, everyone's gonna see everything that we said about these Edomites.
Oh, they talking about the Haitians eating dog. Listen, man, these men are gonna be eating dogs and cats quickly. Quickly. Right? Because these Edomites ain't never had to deal with no real starvation or nothing like that. Why is man taking a picture? On his learner bike.
Because of their pride, the seed shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and many shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread.
Now think about that. Have we witnessed that really in the recent times in modern history in the West? No, not really. You ain't really witnessed something that crazy that man's are just like, yo, like these men are crying for feet. Like even right now in Florida, you hear little incidents of things that are happening, but not really like no craziness like that. Like London, you ain't no craziness like that happening in London. That's never happened in the whole time. Man just run up in a man. Man might run up to try to get some drugs or some shit. But I'm talking about really going up in a man's house for lack of bread, for desperation of food. Ain't nobody starving like that around here. But that's gonna happen. It's in the scriptures. It's gonna be like
And before great tribulation, behold, say the most
and for
high,
great tribulation, all the shit. Because everything's gonna feed into each other. It's gonna feed into it. Because when people find out that's happening over there, they start getting anxious over here, and they start panicking, and then they start doing it.
Wait, well, yeah, but say the same thing. So they give charge of the momentum of things going on. You know, they start. Oh, we're gonna run out of fuel. And everyone comes to the petrol stations to try and get fuel at the fucking pump. You didn't need to do it. You know, because you know the fear. You got fear. It's the fear.
The toilet issue was an example of that over here, where it was like I remember the people saying Britain wouldn't have ever run out of toilet paper. Yeah.
Because you're acting mad.
But because of the fear that they put in the people, the little test, just to show how easy, and that's the thing that we've observed over the last, over the CV and forward, is just how easy you people are to control. They're very easy to manipulate.
But fear is a great manipulator, man, and a motivator.
Yeah.
And that's how they're gonna get a lot of these people in the midst of that fear, that anxiety, that hunger. Yeah, just take this chip, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's come up. Even now, they're making FEMA the big thing, right? Oh, like they're devaluing. FEMA's not doing because they're already getting people to have kind of that thing of when a crisis happens, you're really looking towards FEMA and the government to save you. That's the whole talking point. They're only doing this or they're only doing that, so that they're preparing you in your mind that okay, so don't worry, this time we're gonna do it right. Come to this center, come to this place, and we're gonna give you this. We're gonna take care of you.
Yeah. Well, when
Put your hand up.
Yeah. Because when you think about World War II with the rationing, what did people have? They had the rationing books. Right now, paper, that's the old way of doing things. It's technology right now. You know?
Yep. And now you're gonna have illegals, and non-illegals. Well, they're just gonna give you an identity. That's what the chipping is all about. Yep, we'll give you. This is gonna be your identity now, and we got you in the system. So whether you're illegal or legal, it's not really gonna matter. It's not gonna be relevant.
Even with the bank, they're trying to merge out the KYC thing where you have to have two-form verification. Now they can open bank accounts biologically through biological information. They can open it through your face recognition and fingerprints now. Goes back to raw. Yeah. Now the next step is naturally just
because once again, when you come through the ports, you now have to show all your biometric information. That's what the EES over in Europe. They're basically saying now to get into Europe, you're going to have to do entry-exit system. you're gonna have to show that biometric, so they know. Yeah, so it's like, well, you're in the UK, you're this that person. You know, your biometric entity 1235 AC. You know,
Well, it's just a point where you can take a picture of your passport with your phone, and then you sit there, and someone on another screen will scan your face.
Yeah.
They take the biometric, they'll open your account.
The technology's here, and that's what
That's why you gotta have a chip.
You know, you say as the apostles and elders that everyone on down has been saying, the technology is here. So if anyone who says that it ain't what we say it is, then you know you ain't of the elect. Let's put it there. Whether you sold out or not, you ain't of the elect.
And then another thing they showed you is they started taking the meat out of Walmart. I think someone woman did a video, they were taking meat off the shelves in Walmart. I wouldn't have said it because it's already set up that's really who's gonna manage it. These big, not necessarily these little stores. These little stores are gonna get right for the truth. The cost cutter and that, man, boom, man, gonna take all that. That's gonna be gone. What it's gonna be is your Tesco superstore, your so these are these mega hubs with the security, because the military will be there, but they've got everything in these places here. These things are massive warehouse. When you think of what Asda, it's a massive place where you can have people in there and be chipping them. Yeah. Because they got pharmacies in there and everything. They got the facilities.
There's optician in there.
They've already achieved access to the fridges. They put doors on them, so that's how they're going to reinforce the doors.
So
that biometric.
So it's in America. You got your Walmarts.
Yeah.
Those are the places, the hubs where they're gonna have the and you can come there. You can get your chip. The military is gonna be there, and he's gonna be lining up. Get your chip. Okay, after you get your chip, go in the line to get some food.
Yeah. Have you noticed how now more and more when you go into these stores, they will have like ways where it's like you can't leave the store without scanning. Yeah, you have to go in another way, come in and go out another way. You've got like bare barriers. You scan your receipt to be able to for you to even leave the store. So it's like if you've not bought anything, you now got to speak. Oh, sorry, I haven't bought anything. Leave the store. Right, so they're gridding everything off already. Man.
Well, Amazon Go is like that. You go in there, but you can't get out unless you got the code to get out.
Yeah.
You know, you got to scan. Yeah, you got to scan it in. I think one of them Amazon Go. Yeah.
I'm asking
because there's no checkouts, isn't it? You just walk out. So you have to scan your barcode or whatever it is on the phone.
From your Amazon.
Yeah. And you go in, do whatever, and you have to come out the same way. Obviously, so you need to have the code chips, whatever you need to get out in and out of the place.
We were talking about it earlier. It goes into the smart city. Yeah. They're saying Florida Tampa is going to be the first smart city in America. And that smart word is an acronym, man. It's all about surveillance. Yeah. We analysis, reporting technology. That's what it goes into.
We've got Canary Wharf.
The Canary Wharf going to be a smart city.
The Canary Wharf group have said on their like LinkedIn, oh yeah, they're building a 15-minute city.
You know, and that's only going to be for the elites. The only thing that's going to be down there, Canary Wharf and City of London and all that, that's going to be like an elite area. Yeah. The average person ain't going to be able to hold that. Yeah. They're going to lock that shit up.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So the chaos is coming, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But they don't want us to keep talk about these things. But you have to be ready in the mind. You have to be ready and understand this, that this is a real thing that we're part of, man. The end of day.
Going into the hour of
Tempted. Yeah, tempted.
Everyone's going to be tested, man.
But you see, if you're following IUIC, because they're leaving it up in the air as to what the MOTB is, isn't it? Then of course you're gonna take it. Because if you have an opportunity to get through taking that chip, and you don't expressly believe it's the MOTB, then you're gonna take it.
Well, that's what Jerry Hunter's promoting, huh?
Yeah. Of course you're gonna take it. You're gonna be like, okay, well, same way you took the ski thing. You're like, okay, well, I'll take this, and it's not a big deal because it's not the MOTB.
Yeah.
And if once you take it out.
Yeah, once you take it, you mark yourself to death, man. That's why it says make not haste in the time of trouble, man. And your leaders ain't preparing you. If they was righteous, they'll be scared for you, man. They'll be like, no, I've got to make sure I prepare my people so they don't get caught up. But that shows you that Nate and them, they got no love for the congregation, man.
But again, that shows you wisdom and knowledge should be distributed at that times, man. The reason you don't want to do that is because you're going to operate on fear because you don't know what the fuck's going on. You know, you're going to make bad decisions because you're in a fearful state, man. You're not going to be in your right mind.
Like the elder said, Nate's going to be one of them hirelings As soon as all hell breaks loose, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, man. Let's listen to the government, man.
Just like they did with the sea thing.
Yeah, same
Just like
thing. I
they
was
did
telling
with
you,
the sea thing,
or if they told you to take it, don't refuse it. Just take it in order.
Make it ambiguous.
Yeah.
Don't worry, no, they're
Come
gonna destroy
on,
you.
And you always used to say, even if they don't tell you to take it, you tell them, even if it's a device. I mean, not to, even if it's a device that you don't know is the mark of the beast, you would tell your congregation not to take it anyway. Why would you advise them to take it?
Even if you tell them not to take, they're still. If it's not the MOTV, they're gonna take it because the pressure is too great. It's food, man. Hungry.
Yeah, man's desperate.
And so this is where the issue comes. You need to come straight with it. That's what we're meant to do. We're not gonna maybe no, they're not if plus or maybe. The MOTV is the implantable RFID chip. So you take that, you're gonna be destroyed. So it's better to just not take it.
Starve, man.
Shall take to save his life, shall lose it.
Because you violate, man. Go on.
From Revelation 14 and 9, it reads, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead,
Worship the beast. The word worship there, proskuneo, which means like a dog, prostrate, dog licking his master's hand. Worshiping Esau Edom, worshiping his government system, man. Looking to them for life and death, man. You believe in him instead of believing in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You believe in him and his miracles and his, where FEMA at? That's it. You believe that Esau can deliver you from the fiery furnace.
And FEMA's not gonna come.
and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand.
Right, the forehead, so you got the brain chip, you got the hand, which is my man Elon. We're showing you how crazy it is.
Yeah, we're saying that earlier.
Show you how crazy it is, man. Trump is a savior, but everything Elon pushes is New World Order. Everything he literally is running all the programs that they gifted him that he's so called become the richest man in the world from, which he's not really the richest man in the world. And he's not really intelligent. Did you hear him talking, at the fucking Trump speech? But the guy is fucking cringe. He is literally the ultimate plant, like his family is the first android. Bro, it's like they said they thought Bush was bad. This guy is the ultimate plant because he actually, I'd say this, Bill Gates probably is somewhat intelligent. This guy, Elon, is actually an idiot. And they've just basically put him in position and built up a whole cult, and they got people thinking he's a genius.
That's probably part of the joke.
It's like, all you gotta do is see this guy talk. This guy is not a genius, and he hasn't invented anything. He just happened to be part of companies and he's not always been even the proper owner of the company. He's just a talking head. And the man wants to put brain chips in your brain. And Alex Jones and Andrew Tate is on it, because we need to control the technologies, not the New World Order. So are you serious? The man wants to put a brain chip in you. He's coming up with pure technologies that actually take away jobs. Now they're saying the Uber thing, you can't even be able to do the Uber thing no more because the cars are going to be automatic. So, and he said, that's why he said, you're going to have universal basic slavery, universal basic income. If that's not New World Order, then what is? What Trump is like, Trump he's anti, the New World Order don't want Trump in power at all. The New World Order don't like Elon Musk. They don't like him.
He's doing it for them.
And then the new thing is obviously they're gonna have Trump is gonna go on the other acolyte of the messiahs, Joe Rogan. Oh, that rebel, Joe Rogan, because he's against the elites too, but he's got the most successful podcast ever. Yeah. But the elites that control all that, he's against them. He's fighting against them.
Joe,
wasn't it like 100 million net?
Bro, man gave him dumb money in it, but he's a vanguard against the elites, right? Yeah, they're gonna do the Trump. They're gonna do the Trump interview.
They torn down Alex Jones pretty much in it, so they got Joe Rogan to
Is he torn down? Is he torn down? Alex Jones. Alex is just as big with these idiots as he was.
Joe Rogan's a bit more PC and more world friendly.
Joe Rogan is just another Alex Jones on the same level. They're all friends and they're all agents, man. And they set these people up and make it look like, oh, they were trying to stop Joe. They don't. No, they at least don't need to try and stop anyone. They want you to disappear off the public eye. You will disappear. They control all the contracts. They control all the fucking algorithms. You just wouldn't be there. But you know, this guy's got trying to put chips in your brain.
When he bought Joe Rogan, always said when he bought Twitter, he said authenticate everyone.
Yeah. Oh, freedom of speech on Twitter. No, it's not. There's bare man that banned on Twitter like for talking. But what they do now is that a certain type of people will be on a certain. What they're trying to put all the certain type of people. Like YouTube used to be for everyone. Now they took all the conspiracy mans off YouTube and put them on Rumble, so they're all in one place where they can control them. It's just what you think they don't control Rumble? But sir, yo, the whole thing is a joke, man. But that's what it says in their forehead. Elon is part of that, and so is Bill Gates, Synchron. So that shows you whether you're on the left or the right, yeah, they're all operating through the same agenda. Elon Musk, Tony Stark was actually intelligent.
He's intelligent.
This guy
shit in the cave.
Elon doesn't know anything, man. He's just an absolute clown, man. But that's how we speak. But they're making fun of Kamala because the teleprompter. Bro, have you heard this guy Elon talk? Come on, man. They're all puppets and characters, man. Go on.
The same shall drink of the love. The same shall drink of the wine of the Lord of Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
When the missiles come, you can forget about it. It's done. You're not going to be able to call on the Lord because you have chosen your God. Yeah, if you've chosen your God, you made a covenant with Satan, man. That Satan's going to deliver you. Jake, and that's what that's why they got you, Jake, fucking giving all your energy into the fucking election, talking about how, I'm going to vote the Republican now because, I worked out the Democrat. You idiot, man. Shows you how Jake can be easily led. I'm waiting for them to roll Kanye back out. Maybe Kanye might be on the Joe Rogan with Trump. I'm just waiting for them to roll his ass. I'm trying to deal with the divorce right now. Yeah, whatever.
They're trying to say he are the PA basically. Like he kind of tying in with the baby thing.
Yeah, go on anyway. They'll probably roll him out at some point. I'm surprised they ain't rolled him out already, to be honest. Because he started this whole movement, Blacks for Trump, really. He was the one that was there, like the acolyte. Well, he's gonna run himself, isn't he?
Anyway, Revelation 16, when they get like the sore in the flesh, because anyone that takes that mark, you're gonna get a sore, a cancerous sore in your flesh, man. So there ain't gonna be no benefits anyway. It tells you, second Ezra, anyone that consents shall be had in derision, man. You take that seat, it ain't gonna be no benefit for you, man. Yeah, you might have a few days where you might be able to get food and resources, but after that, all you got look forward to is the missile.
Yeah, well, does that mean you're not gonna be destroyed or tortured? You're not gonna be protected from death. You know what I'm saying?
Play to the flesh. People may give you that thing and he still won't give you any food.
This guy can't be trusted, man.
Just to test you to see if
He'll lie. He'll say what he needs to say to you, man. To get you to do it.
There's food over there. You go, well, where's the food?
You see that in the movies too, man.
That's why I called it a snare and a trap.
Lily and some dildo.
Baby
Or you become the food. They might put you in a
Well,
room and then it's a big meat grinder.
Ultimately, the Lord said he's going to choose your delusion. So ultimately, the Lord going to make you take it because ultimately, he wants to destroy you anyway. Anyone that takes to that mark, the Lord basically hates you and wants to destroy you. That's right. But none of the elect are going to take that seat.
They're gonna have all them celebrities promoting it.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg and all that. Wow, 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 yeah. Take a seat, hit, all that. You know, all the famous song remixes. Like, like even with the CV hit, Juvenile remixed his song and all that. Back that ass up and remixed it and all that. Just promote this, the C19. I think it's a demon, man. I wonder how much they paid him for that. Lil Wayne gonna do his a chippy.
Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord Yahweh.
And that's what it is. Like our people are they're not concerned with the prophecies. They're not listening to the men of the Lord. Right? They're getting caught up on social media and caught up in the theater, the controversy. Oh, Kamala Harris, is she black or is she Indian? That's what all that was is by design. It's all to get you to be caught up. We're not caught up. No, I don't even talk about it. I don't care. What difference would it? Okay, let's say she was a black woman. Would it make a difference? It wouldn't matter if she was a black woman and a black man at the same time. It doesn't matter. What matters is that she ain't right. No one they put forward in front of you is gonna be right.
And apparently she's really a jail. Apparently that's coming up now. The father goes back in the mother's zone. Father, one of them.
It wouldn't surprise me. But she's just a puppet, man. But that's what they do. They get you to buy into these fucking characters. You start seeing them as what they are, like just an empty shell that they're just rolling out there. Simple as that, man. Believe in your Hawashai. That's it. It's as simple as that. And then you don't get caught up in all that drama. That drama means nothing. Let them man do the WWE thing on it. I ain't watched WWE in years, man. I ain't got time for it. I really ain't got time for Kamala and Trump, man, and they're backward and forward, man. I just watch it on an objective level from the overview, but I'm not really getting into it. Oh, she did this and she said that and she did this. Well, what the fuck is this all about, man?
We already know that they're puppets.
We already know that it's bullshit, man.
We're just waiting for the date that they announce it, so we know. That's it. As soon as they announce,
let's see what they're gonna do.
The new president, then we know. Yeah, what else about to break?
Both of them men are sucking up the Israeli state, which is prophecy. Yeah. Both of them men are sucking up the Israeli state. They're actually competing on who can suck them off the most. Yeah. Oh, she ain't down in Kamala Harris ain't down enough. If you vote for me, I'm a really protective state. I'm like, yo, these men are shameless. For real? That's more of your money. That's more of your money. Yeah, but that's prophecy in the making. And if you notice, even the situation with the state of Israel has died down a little bit, which we knew it would. It's gonna hype up, and it's gonna die down because everything has to be done in its time. But don't think it's gonna go back to how it was before. It's still a crisis, but it can't go full steam ahead.
We saw like the Ukraine thing as kind of like backdrop. That was like the big thing, and then that died, and then what was it? Then the Israel Hamas.
Ukraine might have lost by now. We didn't know right now. Died down that much.
Trends, weekly trends, man.
But it's still
not breaking news.
That situation is still gonna. That's why we got. I knew because I said, you know what? They're not gonna do nothing major.
No, after the election.
So it's gonna have to be. They might do another missile attack and then it'll be die down a bit and it's not going to go full 100, but you can see it's preparing to go full 100. Yeah. Because remember we said that in the next few weeks Iran and Russia are signing that defense pact. Yeah. So once Iran and Russia sign that defense pact, that means if Israel go full steam ahead and do a madness on Iran, then Russia has to get involved because they got a pact. America, but that's the prophecy.
That's Gog and Magog.
Yeah. And then they say they're gonna fuck up, they're gonna blow up all the oil refineries and all that shit. And you know that'll just set the world, the whole world. China's involved because I was doing some research. Because you know how we do on the algo. You know, the Lord put the spirit on us. We're always on the geopoliticals. I didn't even know that China gets most of their oil from Iraq and Saudi Arabia, especially Iraq. They get a lot of the. I think they're the second biggest investor in Iraq because China ain't got no oil. They got other resources, but they don't have no oil, so they have to drive that economy somehow. So they have a vested interest in that Middle East area. So you see how the whole thing, is shaping up. Yeah.
Yeah, man. If they hit them refineries, man, it sets the world on fire, man. That's it. You look back to, I forget when it was, but when there was that previous oil crisis, right, in the States, and then gas prices went through the roof. Now, that was back then. We now live in a world where the whole economy is more and more gas guzzling, it's more and more interconnected than ever before, right? All of that sort of stuff, man. So, yo, if they hit them refineries, man, and the price of oil, even the double.
But that's gonna happen. Everything that could go wrong is gonna happen because that's why it says. If someone get Daniel 12, it's just why it says what it says. Easy, champ. That comes later. And that's why we're watching this thing, watching it unfold. But we say, yeah, you got other prophecies have to unfold too. You know, other prophecies got. So, but I'm telling you, this election is a reason they're saying it's the last election because once they
world changing.
Remember, America is at the heart of the New World Order. The things move forward a lot based upon where America is. That's why they said, or order, what's it? Order, no, the Supreme, you know what the dollar bill, because they want to use America to bring in this New World Order. That is a very important country in terms of driving the world forward. And the American election has always, that witchcraft, that energy has always affected the world. So when even they're telling you it's the last election, what they're really roundabout in a way telling you is, yeah, there's going to be some big, this election, there's going to be some shit that's going to come off the back of it.
Yeah, well, like you said on the dollar bill, it says New World Order Supreme, New World Order. Yeah, typically for America. That was supposed to be the home.
Listen, we're titillated. We're so excited and titillated for this election. Not for the reasons these people in the world are, but because we know, yeah, they could turn it up. They could turn it up, man.
With investors, they work on certainty. They don't like uncertainty, right? So that's why even right now you have like certain companies, they don't really want to do anything in general until after the election. Right? They don't want to do certain investments. They don't want to hire that much.
They want to see the state of the world.
Exactly. You know, so if things become uncertain, if Trump comes in, hey, we know, once again, we know we don't really matter. It really doesn't matter, man.
Yeah, but if Kamala wins, you might see a coup in America.
Exactly.
You might have a coup where they actually go and declare that it was unlawful or this, that, and the other.
Might be trying to assassinate her.
Yeah.
You trying to kill Trump?
Yeah. They put that spirit in the world.
Yeah,
you know, you had people genuinely crying.
Look, it's close according to the perception of the polls. They're saying because Harris was supposed to be up. Now they're saying Trump is gaining on her. Yeah. No doubt once he goes on Joe Rogan or whatever, then he's gonna, you know, yeah, it's going.
Yep,
that 60 minutes was a shambles.
Yeah, because I don't know if you read it out in Second Ezra where it said shall not regard their kings or princes.
Read it. Read Daniel. You got Daniel.
Oh yeah. This is the book of Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
So there's going to be a time on the earth of trouble that's going to be that's going to eclipse slavery. It's going to eclipse 70 AD. It's going to be so wild and like destructive. Like the Lord's going to have to send the angels to come and back us, man. Literally, 70 AD, the Lord didn't send no angels to come protect us. 70 AD, he didn't send the angels to come protect us during the time of the transatlantic slave. They weren't there. They were sitting back watching, man. But this time, the Lord will have to send the angels to come and protect his men. It's going to get so savage out there.
The Lord will take it out of the earth.
Yeah, the Lord will have a hedge around, man, to protect man in these last days. It's going to get that fucking detrimental.
The angels that's doing the killing.
The angels going to lose especially the angels around the river Euphrates. Going to lose the 4 angels around the river Euphrates. All their missiles are going to start flying, man.
Yeah.
That's why you're seeing a lot of chariot sightings over there in the Middle East. Especially around the Saudi Arabia area, around their military bases. People have been saying they've been seeing a lot of chariot sightings, man. That's because the angels are keeping back the storm that's getting ready to unfold, man.
Oh, yeah. People can say, well, it's like We live in this world too. We ain't got access to our own water. We ain't got access to our own food. Right? We need the law. You know, you get certain places in the world where you can be quote unquote self-sufficient, but without the Lord, when this all goes down, we through.
Yeah, we're in the city.
Yeah, in the city. I don't want no farmland. Everyone may have all this little cabin.
Them 5 tomatoes, that's your guinea pig and shit. Right?
On the windows.
We can't wait, man. But we want to get the hell out of here. We want to get the hell out of here because this thing is this world is madness. Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing is like the more you hear, the more you're like, yo, let's bring it on. We don't want. Well, the worst case scenario is it not happening. You know what I mean? We need to. We need the worst case scenario.
We get like, spiritually. You get upset, man, when you want the shit to kick off and then it starts dying down. Kind of like beats you up on the spirit. You don't care how bad it gets, man. Let it get bad, man. You don't care if you see man chewing on the leg in the middle of the street. Let it get bad, man. Whatever, man. However bad it gets, let the Lord do it, man.
Because look what Esau's doing in the earth, man. He's got like 6-year-olds. You know, well, that too. Well, then changing their pattern up their rocks, you know, but putting them on blockers and that irreversibly, and in the same breath saying that children don't know what they're talking about. Yet they can make such a life-changing decision. Then you, as a parent, if you say anything against that, you take your children away. Yeah, where they get
You're just under pressure on every side. You're under pressure on every side.
Matthew 24, shall I get to the point? Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. So these things must happen. It has to happen.
Well, the thing is, since that was written, there has been. The thing is, people need to realize throughout history, they thought the Crusades was the war to end. But we're actually in the time where that war is actually happening. Make no mistake, we're in the time where this war actually has started. What's the final war? The final war is America versus Russia. Well, America and Russia, after they've been fighting through proxy. So we're here. Israel is already fighting in Gaza, fighting in Lebanon. It's just not gone to the level where it's gone to the full scale. This is the war. It's not another war. Is there another country that's gonna go? This is the war. So we know we're in the time. Because there ain't no other Israel that's gonna come about, or no other Russia, or no other. This is America. Gog Magog is here. It's just a matter of it playing out, because they are fighting. They've been fighting since 1947. If you really want to get technical, the Cold War was Russia versus America. Since 1947, 2 years after the end of World War, these men were allies. And literally 2 years after, they were fighting each other. And then you had the era of the peace, where they said, oh, you know, the Cold War's over. But then the scripture said what? The Lord was going to put hooks into their jaws. And then Putin came in. And what did that do? Russia started revamping their military, modernizing, started working with China, started working with different African countries to bring us to the point where we are today, where you've got a modernized Russian army with allies ready to rumble. And now they're about to make a defense pact with Iran. So we're really at that point where this thing is close, man. This ain't gonna be like how it was back in the Crusades. We go 300, 400 years later. Like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? We are at the point of the end. Even at the door. There weren't even no Babylon the Great during the time of the Crusades and all these different wars.
And they got the technology to destroy nations, man.
Fire. We got technology now that's so sophisticated, it can obliterate the whole society within an hour. It's crazy. Turn the whole kingdom into a bunch of rubble within an hour.
And they keep talking about these ICBMs are the original hypersonic missiles, and they're unstoppable. They're unstoppable, man. Motherfuckers, it's them hypersonics, man.
Versus crazy.
bare times the sound of light and all that.
20s and all that kind of stuff.
That's crazy.
Waste time, yeah. Waste time. But even the conventional weapons are scary.
Oh yeah,
The amount of damage they can do.
and they're gonna use them too.
Or you see what them bunker buster missiles were doing. Crazy, man.
You got the thermobaric weapons.
Yeah. Use phosphorus and all kind of shit. Bro.
Oh yeah, because
Man,
all of
illegal,
the
but you know.
all of the Geneva Convention. That's what
Yeah,
they're showing
yeah,
you news, bro. They
yeah,
don't care about the Geneva
No.
Convention. All of those is why they still make them.
Back an extra purchase.
You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be used. What's the other one they have? The one where it's got the main missile, but then it's
Cluster
bomb. I believe.
No, they're illegal. You're not supposed to.
Yeah,
But they still make, I believe they're both, but they're made in Britain.
Yeah.
You know, so that's basically saying they're gonna have them out. They're gonna shoot them.
Israel don't care about collateral.
Satan knows when you win the war, you don't go to court. You know?
Yeah.
But they say who's fighting another war? Who's fighting? No matter how you go win, you win, innit?
So it's crazy, man. But we're definitely in that time, man, and that's why we're definitely over the next few weeks. We're gonna be keeping our eye out for all the different psyops and all that they're gonna be running, and Joe Rogan and the election. I can't wait, man. I need to see like what's the result. It's like an 8. What's the result? We need to know, man, which puppet, which are they going to choose to forward the agenda? But that's really what it comes down to. Which demon?
As kicks off, man.
Come on, actually, might win.
Lord willing, as soon as they announce that, whoever it is, it just
Yeah, they might start bucking. No, like they're gonna say
Proud
no,
Boys
like,
start shooting up the place, everything.
they're like, no, they stole it.
That's the first thing.
They stole it.
Rage quit, mad, isn't it?
No way. Well, if they keep putting the polls as Kamala Harris up, if Trump wins, they're gonna say that Trump stole it. Everyone's stealing that. All right, let's close up with a precept.
Revelation 8 and 21.
Yeah, man, it's beautiful time.
Daniel 12 as well.
Close up on that.
And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Right, so to be the everlasting life, man, you have to be written. But those are the faithful ones. It's about the ones who held faith to this word, man, above all things, man. You know, and it's that simple. You got these other Hebrew Israelites, they're trying to put a bunch of confusion and a bunch of extra shit into it. What it comes down to is, do you believe, man? Do you have faith in the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua? And that's really what it is. And to have that faith, all you need to do is hear the word. You don't need, like we said before, you don't need all of the extra stuff. You don't need the cookouts. You don't need nothing extra. All you need to do is hear the word. And do you believe the things that we're saying, man? And do you believe in the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua? You know? So, who's one ARP? Do you believe? All right, we say, call hello, Yahweh,
Hashem, Hashem,
double honors the apostles, the elders, the great millstone. Shalom to you brothers out there in the highways, man. Shalom.
Shalom.